No, you can start from beginnings. I think projection was projection is being please share. They have been the start, but PPT doesn't anything. Last PPT part. Yes. Thank you for the patient waiting. I welcome you all for the second time. Pharmacology is not just a study of the medicine, it is the science of unlocking mystery of disease, enhancing human life and advancing the boundaries of medical knowledge. As we gather today, let us explore, innovate, and inspire the future by education. I am Dr. Arun Surya, Senior Lecturer, Pharmacology, Medical College. And so I'm delighted to have Dr. Abhinaya, Senior Resident, Department of Pharmacology, Research. And I invite you all for the scientific test, MPSCON2024 conference in association with Savita Department of Pharmacology. Tell me briefly about this conference. It's an international conference. The theme which we are going to discuss today is the innovation of pharmacology, emerging research, and research is all the things of pharmacology. With this, I like to invite you all for the first session. For that, I like to invite the chairperson. To invite the chairperson for the first session, Dr. Duri, additional professor, pharmacology, associate dean, former dean, before time. And also, I like to invite the co-chairperson, Dr. Madhav Rao. I will hand over the session to the chair and co-chairperson. They will begin to take care of the session. Thank you, sir. That's what to say, sir. Yeah, ready. Yeah. Well, maybe this. Like that. On this is right. This camera is on, huh? Yes. Hello. Everyone, welcome to this MPSCON conference. So let us start the session. with the first session. I would like to invite the first speaker of the first session, Dr. Sonali Kirde. Dr. Sonali Kirde, madam, she is a MBBS graduate from Government Medical College, Nagpur, and MD Pharmacology from MGMS Sevagram, Varda. Recently, she has started the entrepreneurship journey as a strategic investor and consultant at healthcare startup and incubators. And she is also an official startup mentor at Mark by Government of India, Startup India. She is also featured industry ambassador mentioned in Singapore, holding the various responsibility as regional director in NGO, working on network. And Madam is also a and career guide to medical professionals, recognized speaker at the various conferences. With this brief introduction, I would like to invite the Dr. Sonali today to start this session.
Hi everyone, am I audible? Hello, hello everyone.
Able to speak.
I'm not able to switch on my camera.
Madam is not able to snap on the camera. It's active contribution. She can join as a participant.
Yeah, you are audible. Hello.
Yeah,
Ours
okay.
is muted or what? No.
I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you.
me? Can
Yeah,
you
I
hear
can hear
me?
you. Yes, yes, you're audible, sir.
Yeah, I think you are audible.
Hmm.
Okay.
Ma'am, you can try sharing your screen. There will be a camera icon, ma'am. You can click on that.
I'm getting an alert that you cannot start your video because the host has stopped it. So maybe if you can give
Okay, I
me the
think
right, I'll
can
go.
you just check that? Something multiple. You can make it multiple. Then we can do it later. Now you try. Now you try.
No, sir, not able to. Still not showing.
Now can you try?
No, no.
Can you try switching on your camera?
No, sir, it's not opening at all.
Okay, but it's okay. Can we go ahead? Oh, okay. I think now, can we go ahead with your presentation?
I'm trying to share my screen.
Yeah, just the video. No, this is YouTube. YouTube is switch off. I think. Video.
YouTube stream you want to start?
Yeah, no, not that one. That window you close.
Okay.
That window is on.
No, sir.
So it's showing I cannot share my screen also
No, don't
while
show.
the other participant is sharing. I think you'll have to stop sharing, then only I'll be able to share my screen at least.
Yeah, so stop this yet.
I hope it's visible to all of you.
Just this YouTube. So can we project your slides?
So I have already projected it. Can you please confirm?
There is. Here, yes, yeah, we can see.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am. We can see yours.
Sure. So, thank you so much for a very good morning to one and all. Thank you so much for having me here. Unfortunately, the camera is not functioning, but nevertheless, we will
Wait,
try.
wait. It's faster to start. Wait. No?
Ma'am, can you wait for a minute? We are working on the audio, ma'am.
All right, all right.
Thank
Can I
you.
control that? No? Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, 117. No, no, what? Sound is
Ma'am,
not.
ma'am, so,
Hello.
Hello,
Yes.
Sonali, Dr. Sonali,
Yes, sir.
just the sound output. Who is in charge of it, please? Can make a picture, bro. The speaker level did not change. Kill him. Check it.
How are you? It's a
Uh,
pleasure.
Dr. Shiva, sir, if you can make me as a co-host,
Yeah,
I think I will be able to share my screen and switch on my camera.
Okay.
What's the speaker? It's possible. வெளியே
Right. Please make her co-host. Really like it.
வீடியோ எடுத்துட்டானே வீடியோ வீடியோ கிடையாது ஒன்லி இது மட்டும் அங்க மைக் வச்சுக்கலாம் வைக்கலாம் இல்ல இதுல இதுல போதும் ஆம்பிளிஃபையர் நேத்தி வந்துச்சுங்க இப்படிங்க வராம நேற்று எல்லாம் கரெக்டா இருந்தது நேற்றுக்கெல்லாம் ப்ரோ எல்லாம் பக்காவா செட் பண்ணி Hello, ma'am. Hello. Dr. Sonali?
Hello. Hello. Hi. Am I audible?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay. So I'll
Yeah.
go without camera only because I'm not able to share the camera.
Yeah.
Let
Slides.
me share my screen.
Slides.
Can you please confirm if my slides are visible?
Yes, yes. Slides are visible.
Okay, and shall I go ahead?
Yes, go ahead, please.
All right. So thank you so much. A very good morning to one and all. Thank you so much for having me here. A special thanks to Dr. Shivamurthy sir for taking this initiative and for Savita Medical College for organizing this fantastic conference. Now we are at international level, and I request each one of you to, especially the medical students, the MD Pharma students, to pay attention to all the sessions and also build your networking. It's a great platform. You will get to learn a lot from the stalwarts from Pharmacology Society, and I wish you all the best luck. So today I have been given the topic which I'm very personally very passionate about, and I have been doing this mentoring and coaching of MD Pharma students across India since 6 years now. So today I'm going to talk about how to succeed in Indian pharma and clinical research sector as a medical pharmacologist. May I request to go on mute, please? So on my screen, on your screen, you can see the flow of presentation. I'm going to take you through my personal journey, my career journey, from doctor to doctorneur. I will also help you understand what are the various facets of MD pharmacology as a subject once you pass your MD. I will also take you through the essence of pharmaceutical industry in general, because this was a question which I used to think a lot when I started my residency in my college as MD Pharma. This was a question that I always used to think about: what are the prospects, what whether I'm the right fit for the industry or not, what are the skill set that I should develop at a personal and the professional level, and how I can excel in the pharma industry as a pharma professional. I will also take you through medical affairs in India, how it functions, the roles and responsibilities. Coming from a medical affairs background, I will be able to give you a bird's eye view on this, and some tips and tricks and some notes of inspiration, if at all I will be able to inspire you all. And of course, we'll end it with the future scopes and opportunities and the concluding the session. So in the end, it's just a beginning. So it's a great beginning, and it's a great subject. We all should be extremely proud about it, and there is lots of scope if you talk about MD pharmacology as a specialty. Now let me talk about myself. I'm from Orange City of India, Nagpur. I have completed my MBBS from GMC Nagpur, which laid the foundation, the basic foundation of my scientific expertise or medical expertise in during my college days. From there, I have decided to start, the rural service, and as a bond, as a compulsory mandatory bond, I did my rural bond of 1 year. I got involved into this rural service so much that I decided to extend it for another year. And there I used to do a lot of things, right from management of OPDs, MLCs, emergencies, handling patients, and also administrative activities. I was also in charge medical officer. And there were a lot other things that we used to do, like delivering lectures, creating awareness about health conditions on various days, and celebrating ASHA and Anganwadi Sevikas and sickle cell workers, working very closely with them and understanding the ground reality of healthcare industry in India. Now, with this, why I'm trailing this in details is because these particular 2 years helped me in knowing me as a person, also helped me in making a better version of myself, because I have seen the grassroots level. I have seen how our medical industry functions at the grassroots level at the rural sector, and that was something which I was very passionate about. I wanted to continue, but as they say that if you want to make a bigger impact, you have to have some credentials or credibility, or if you want to make a higher impact, you have to go through some processes or some kind of journey, then only will be understand what better impact you can do, and you can come back to root. And this is which is it is related to my recent my recent career switch, where I've started now as an entrepreneur. After completing my 2 years in rural service, I opted for MD Pharmacology, because pharmacology opens a gateway for all the subject. It's a subject which will lead you to have multiple scopes. And coming from a background with no, no medical background support, or I wanted to start from zero. And for that, I thought this is the best platform and the best specialization, wherein you will be able to have a good span of career aspects or options, right from your academics or clinical research or a pharmaceutical industry, and also start your own thing. So I completed my MD Pharmacology from Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Medical Sciences, Sevagram. During this 3 years of residentship, I also became the founding president of Resident Doctor Association. And I was also introduced to Medical Pharmacologists Society, MPS, and to Dr. Shivamurthy by one of my friends. And I would say this 3 years, I have developed leadership skills. I could network with people. I have attended lots of conferences, workshops across India. It really helped me to develop me as an individual, and the skill sets that are required, like communication skills, negotiation skills, decision making skills, and also various skills which are required, soft skills which are required for a better pharma professional once you start your industry career. So from there, I started my pharmaceutical journey with Merck Sharp and Dohme. I started as regional medical advisor, or MSL. I was handling diabetes portfolio for the western part of country. I was here for 1.5 years, and from there I moved to GSK. I'm sorry, may I request all of you to please go on mute? Thank you. So from MSD, I moved to GSK. I completed my 2 years of tenure in GSK. I handled dermatology and anti-infective portfolio, wherein I was a part of.
Sonali, Dr.
Yes.
Sonali, your slides are not moving. So can you stop sharing?
Okay.
Okay, just please follow some instructions. Now it is working. Yeah, you just don't make the presentation mode. Just do this way only, so that people will be able to see. Okay, is that fine?
Is it visible now?
Yeah, now it is visible.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah,
Sure. Thanks. So in GSK, for 2 years, I was a part of clinical trial as a medical monitor, and I got a lot of other opportunities, which, as a pharma professional, always everybody aspire to be. Then I moved from GSK to Takeda. I was handling the immunology, rare disease, and gastroenterology portfolio as medical advisor, which was office-based role. Both GSK and Takeda were office-based role. And now, after gathering this experience for roughly 6 years in across industry, I have decided to start my own. I wanted to start my own company, and I'm now working as a strategic investor and consultant at health tech startups. And there are many things more which will be coming very soon, and you will get to know about it on my LinkedIn page. So, dear friends, the MD Pharmacology as a subject has multiple facets, and all these facets are interconnected. It's a degree which opens multiple doors for you. If you want to start your career as an academician, it's a fantastic, specialization. The next is the research, the clinical research. If you are very much into clinical research and want to read a lot and want to do something really great in the clinical research and medical research, this is really a great specialization. You can always have your career in that, and you can flourish as a researcher and as a scientist in from the pharmacology specialization. The next is pharmaceutical industry. Pharmaceutical industry in itself is an ocean. There are plenty of opportunities and options that are available for pharmacologists, and of course you can always have your own company, and you can always start your own business as an entrepreneur. So in general, let us have a look at what is pharmaceutical industry in India looks like, and how it is for a MD pharmacology student. So once you complete your MD Pharma, you will be aspiring to become pharmaceutical professional. So there are multiple options depending on your choices, your aspirations, your interest, and your preferences. You can choose your options. So I would like to start with medical writing. So medical writing is a very specialized kind of career, wherein if you are very good in writing, very good in writing in terms of scientific writing, if you are very good in manuscript development, and also if added to this, if you are a good biostatistician, this is really a great platform. You can work, you can start your own medical writing agency. You can also join some multinational company as a medical writer. You can also join some startups and be a good medical writer. Also, you can work as a freelancer. So medical writing as a career gives multiple opportunities. Also, it gives you a good work life balance. And if you are very passionate about writing, I think this is the go to sector for you. The next is pharmacovigilance. Pharmacovigilance, we all know, we have been doing this during our residency as well. This is a very good specialization, I would say, in the pharma industry. They work on safety reporting, they work on signal assessments and audits, and they play a very vital role across the industry. And now with new norms, all the pharmaceutical industry will have to have one pharmacovigilance department special. And the scope is huge. The jobs are very good. It gives a good work life balance, and it's a desktop job, and there is no traveling involved. And as per your preferences and your interests, you can definitely opt for PV as your aspiration. The next is clinical research. Clinical research, as I was mentioning, it is for those people who are very passionate about clinical trials or developing newer drugs, having newer and newer portfolios in the medical field, and who are very good in planning and executing clinical trials, and super passionate about writing protocols and designing a clinical trial, and also getting into the regulatory approval. So if you are in of that mindset, clinical research is definitely for you, because MD Pharmacology is a degree which opens a straight gate for clinical research, and you can be an independent researcher. You can join some organization, and also you can join some MNCs as well. Moving to next is medical affairs. Medical affairs, the background with which I come here. So medical affairs is a bridge, or you can say a very vital or very one of the important pillars of pharmaceutical industry. Medical affairs, they develop strategy. They also liaison between the internal and the external stakeholders. Medical affairs is a specialization, or is a domain which will create a bridge between the various stakeholders internally. Also, you work very closely with regulatory affairs, you work very closely with marketing team, with your sales team, with your legal and compliance team, with your other stakeholders internally. And externally, of course, you are the face of company. You are the peer to doctors who are practicing, and also you are the subject matter expert for all the doctors um, who are practicing and who want to know more about the drug or the product which you are handling. So medical affairs, they work very closely with marketing team, and they build a medical strategy, and they have a huge contribution in the, not only in the making the company you can say scientifically very balanced, but also have a great contribution in the revenue generation indirectly. So let me take you through 50,000 feet view about the medical affairs in India. We'll talk about first about the field-based roles. Now, field-based roles, these are the entry-level roles, or you can say the face of company. These are executionary roles. I would request all the MD Pharma students who are aspiring to become a pharma professional in pharma industry, please start your career with entry-based role, that is field-based role, because these are very very important. This actually helps you in understanding what's happening in the market, what is the the belief of doctors, the mindset, and also takes also basically develops you as a professional, because this will be like the first time you will be actually applying all the theoretical knowledge that you have gained through 3 years of your residency. So I call it as a internship post MBBS, because you actually hands-on, it actually provides the hands-on learning, and also it involves a lot of soft skill development, which definitely happens for a couple of years or for 1 year. So at least for 1 years or 2 years max, please start your career with field-based role. In your long career journey, I think definitely this much time you can give. Even if you are getting office-based role, I will request, if you are getting field-based role in MNCs, that will really change your perspective, and it will make you a better professional in future. So it lays the foundation of medical affairs as a person, and also it's a stepping stone for all the roles and all the leadership roles that you are going to handle in future. The next is the office based role. Once you complete your 1.5 or 2 years of MSL role or a field based role, you move to offices, which are the headquarters of multinational companies. So most of these headquarters where medical affairs function is there, they are based out of Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, and Hyderabad. And out of that, Mumbai is the hub of medical affairs, where I would say 80% of companies, they are sitting in Mumbai. So if you are aspiring to become medical affairs professional, the humble request will be to keep your mind and options open, because if you want to climb up the ladder, ultimately or unfortunately, because it's not decentralized, unfortunately you'll have to shift to Mumbai. And of course, there are other options in Delhi, Bangalore, and Hyderabad also. We have companies in Bangalore. We have AstraZeneca. In Hyderabad, we have Novartis. We have Dr. Reddy's. In Delhi, we have Lilly, and we have Takeda also as an headquarter. But yes, majority of other companies, they are based out of Mumbai. So this office-based role, once you sit in the headquarter of India, in whatever location the office is based, you will be exposed to have a good stakeholder management. You have to come out as a good team player, a good team leader, and also it will give you a platform to apply your strategies. So the strategic mindset will be developed once you start your career as an office based person, and it gives a high visibility to you also, because now you will be in direct contact with your senior leadership team, and you will be having better visibility of how the function is functioning, and also how the molecule is actually taking shape in market, and overall the general perspectives or the prospects of the therapy area that you are handling. So it involves a deep understanding of the therapy areas, whichever products you are handling or the therapy areas you are handling. And also it gives you a development of your business acumen or the market economics that is required, at least to some degree. Not like marketeers who are pure marketeers, but at least some kind of business acumen will be expected from you, because you work very closely with marketing team as well. Of course, it opens global opportunities, and global exposure is high once you sit in the office, and that's why the next move after field based should always be an office based role. Now if you can look into the pyramid, which is on the right side of your screen, it starts with entry based role or the entry level role, that is field based. In some companies the designation is regional medical advisor or RMA. In some companies it is MSL, and in some companies it is also called as ZMAs, that is zonal medical advisors. From there you move to HO based role or headquarter or head office based role. The designations are different, like medical advisors or senior medical advisors or therapy area lead or head medical affairs also. Then comes a very very important part of the medical affairs, that is senior leadership team. Now these are the top notch bosses or the top notch people who actually understands, who actually have a broader perspective about the function, and who are the decision makers, and they are the representative from India for the global market as well. So this is how the medical affairs bird's view in India. Now let us talk about the roles and responsibility. Now this is the question that most of you always will have, and whenever I mentor students and MD Pharma students, these are the things that they generally ask to me: what are the roles and responsibilities in general? So I would like to highlight only few things, and there could be some other things also. apart from what is you can see on the screen. Number one is the scientific expertise. Yes, you are a doctor and you will be meeting a doctor who is practicing outside your company, so definitely the highest expectation from you and the minimum expectation from you is to have a good scientific expertise, the hold on the product, the hold on the therapy area. So of course you have to be the subject matter expert for both the internal as well as the external stakeholders, because if you have a good scientific expertise and the subject matter expertise on your product, you'll be able to navigate various activities. You'll be able to understand what are the communications that need to be sent outside the company. You will be able to strategize and help your strategists who are the marketeers to develop a proper strategy from the business perspective, and also keeping the scientific scientific support and evidence based communication only. So there comes your first responsibility or the basic minimum required from you as a scientific expertise. The second is the strategy. What I was discussing with you, the strategy, applying now this theoretical knowledge or the medical knowledge you have gained for last 3 years, or when you read about the product which you are handling. Now applying this medical knowledge to identify therapy need gaps. Now every therapy they have need gaps. So you have to identify those need gaps and also have to provide the science driven solution to your counterparts. And there comes if you are very good as a strategist, you will be like a blessing to any company. So a combination of scientific expertise and a strategist together is kind of the golden person, or the person who will everybody would like to sort for. So please become that. The next is guardian of compliance. As we all have taken oath, it continues till we take our last breath. So of course, for any communication which is going out or any marketing output which is required for the promotional material or the non-promotional material, each and everything has to be highly compliant and scientific driven only. So we have to check the points to ensure that the function is functioning in a very compliant manner and no communication is going outside the company without proper check by a medical affairs person. So you are the guardian of compliance as well. Next comes the communication design. Yes, the designing and the inputs and all the approvals has to be given by a medical affairs person. And it could be it could be therapy slide decks, or it could be manuscripts, or even the small scripts which are required to create the awareness about the therapy outside for the HCPs or healthcare professionals. Now coming to next role, research and clinical development. You also work very closely with your CD team, the clinical development team. If you are a part of clinical trial, if you are in an innovators company, if you are handling a product which is innovative and which is undergoing some clinical trial, definitely you will be involved. You will automatically get involved into the CD. You will be either absorbed as a medical monitor, or you will be closely handling the things and become a part of clinical trial. So right from developing protocols, clinical research papers, or also clinical operations is you work very closely with them, and also sometimes third party management is also there. Now coming to next, the new product ideations. During our residency, we always talk about the recent advances. So this is a chance that you will actually get opportunity to identify newer and newer products, to evaluate them, to have a good strategy and provide the inputs whether this product should be launched. If it is, it has to be launched in what in for what indications and for what is the best product fit, and all these things will be done by medical affairs team, in of course in collaboration with your NPI team, that is new product ideation team. Now comes the next role also, medical safety. Yes, you also work closely with PV department on the collaboration on PSURs or adverse events or signals with the PV team. So yes, you work very closely with all these stakeholders. And the last is regulatory affairs. So there is a dedicated regulatory affairs domain or department in a pharma company, and you ensure all the communications to be compliant with PI as the prescribing information, and also you collaborate with regulatory teams for DCJ approvals and other further communications related to regulatory affairs. So if I can say, you work in various dimensions. You have to be multifaceted, you have to be multitasker. Your day is gonna be super exciting and super full of various tasks and challenges. But during the process, you learn a lot. You learn from people, you learn from processes, you learn from places. So apart from that, the training of sales team is also one of the important responsibility in some companies. So whatever trainings or coaching you give to your medical students or MBBS students, your teaching skills, your delivering the lectures, and all those skill set is going to be used when you actually train your sales team. The executionary, the most important pillar of pharma industry is sales team, and you have to be their trainer in some companies. So these are various roles a medical affairs professional can and have to play while being in medical affairs department. Now, are you wondering if you can do it? So, trust me, friends, if you can dream it, you can definitely do it, as rightly said by Walt Disney. So, be passionate, be compassionate, keep your work, keep your networks open, be visible, attend all the conferences and congresses, and I would say stay in touch with seniors. They are fantastic gurus. They give you all the tips and tricks. I'm using this, and I will do this for my life. So there is no wonder that you can't, there is no surprise that you can't do it. If you can dream it, you will definitely able to do it. Now, while thinking about pharma industry as a career, one thing I would like to highlight here: keep your goals grounded in reality. Now, most of the MD students, they ask me that my college is situated in a remote area, or maybe in a town or a tier 2 or tier 3 city, and I am not exposed to any pharmaceutical industry workshops or internships, or I don't have any senior also who is working in pharma industry. So, my dear friends, the good news is we are in a virtual setup. So please do not hesitate to reach out to people. Be shameless in terms of contacts. I am coming from Sevagram, which is a rural institute. Not even Nagpur. Nagpur is a tier 2 city, or now it's a smart city. But from the village part of Wardha, which is another district in Maharashtra. So coming from Sevagram, I always used to think that how can I develop myself to be the best fit for industry without any internship to pharma companies, without any exposure, and without attending so many things which happens in Mumbai and all those metro cities. So with this virtual platform, you can be a part of multiple things. Only thing is you have to understand yourself first, whether this is really for you. What are your interests? What are your positives? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Just work on your weaknesses and keep aspiring and get inspired from people from industry. And you should exactly know what to do to get you there. So if your mind is clear, if you have a good mentor, good coach, you will be able to definitely crack it and do it well in industry. So, as they say, seed today will be a good flourishing plant or tree tomorrow. So, it starts from very basic, the first year of residency, where we choose right college, we choose faculty, we have good focus. So, 3 R's: right college, right faculty, and right focus. So, your first year of residency, you are blessed with your gurus, you are blessed with the best possible college that you have, and also you have to be vigilant and very attentive about what is happening in pharma specialization, in pharma specialty. You have to see what the other colleges are doing, whether I can be a part of some WhatsApp group also. You have to enhance yourself every day. So early on orientation is the seed of success. And if you dream big, you will be also be able to build self belief. So the first step is have a good orientation, early orientation, focus on your early days of residency and sow the seed of success. The next is the baby step. Baby steps is basically once you get settled into the departments and you know people knows you, time has come that you start working on your taking your baby steps. You understand the basics of pharmacology. So each and every aspect, each and every subject or the topic that you read during your pharmacology is going to help you in some or the other way. Nothing goes waste. So understand the basic of pharmacology. Prepare the foundation of research methodology. It is research methodology is not just for tick mark. It is a very 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 important thing. That's why it is compulsory. and especially as a pharmacologist, you have to pay good attention to RM, research methodology, and have a mastery on it. Whatever is delivered to you, you can over and above read and learn more about it from the external resources as well. Try to build soft skills, try to understand people, meet new people, not only restrict yourself to pharma department. Explore your ideas,
Excuse me,
explore
ma'am.
your personality outside pharma
Excuse
department
me, ma'am.
also, and start to think strategically. From there is the
Excuse
time
me,
you
ma'am.
have.
Sorry
Hello.
to intervene, ma'am. We are running short in time.
Okay,
So,
okay. Sure,
yeah,
sure. I'll just wrap it up. Sure. Thank
thank
you.
you.
So practice. Of course, learn newer and newer skills. You have to have mastery in your MS Office, and now the AI is in vogue. So learn new skills and have a good networking and building bridges, which will help you to to cross the difficult parts and identify your calling. The most important thing, you have to identify your calling and only follow your gut. Don't follow people. Don't follow rush. Don't follow the mad rush. Just follow your calling. And of course, no one can stop you from flourishing. And once you have a strong base, you are going to be relevant, going to stay relevant, stay updated, and of course, a fantastic, successful professional. Now, I think lots of GAN I have already delivered. I hope the audience is not sleeping. But I would like to summarize it with giving you a very positive thing about the scopes and opportunities. Of course, sky is the limit. We have by working in pharma industry, it opens a gateway for global roles. So of course you are highly valued professional in pharma industry. Second, I would also encourage people, if they have some ideas or they want to have something on their own, they can. The system is also encouraging, ecosystem is also encouraging. Now you can become an entrepreneur. You can always be a great academician, because we want good academicians or good professors in pharma industry, in MD pharmacology. And that's why the newer and newer institutes are like AIMS are also coming in various cities, and the opportunities is increasing with time. You can of course explore this opportunity, and with the phygital hybrid model of working, the opportunities are plenty with your specialization. So to summarize, I have also already said the future is bright. So please keep shining. This is what I have started newly. I was doing this in a very informal way, but I have started my top mid channel. And these are a few feedbacks that I am sharing on the screen. If you ever want to get in contact with me, have one-to-one personal guidance, please do not feel shy, or feel free to reach out on LinkedIn and send a request to me, and we can have a good discussion about your career. So thank you so much for your patience, and thanks a lot. If there are any questions, I'm happy to answer. Hello. Hello.
Okay, I would like to extend a very heartfelt thanks to Dr. Sonali Kirde for delivering such a comprehensive and insightful session on how to excel in the Indian pharma and clinical research sectors as a medical pharmacologist. Madam, your expertise and practical advice have provided us with invaluable guidance and navigating this dynamic field. We appreciate the time and effort you put into sharing your knowledge with us today. Because of the lack of time, I would like to ask only one question.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, can you just tell me the two most important common challenges that can be faced by the newly joined medical pharmacologists in the industry?
Okay, the first thing I would say is a lot of times I have seen people struggling with their soft skills. So the first challenge that we see in the corporate life is different. The college life is different. We were always into the practice or a part of medical college. So the soft skill is something which I find very challenging for students once they step into corporate industry, and it takes time. It will take time, but over the period of time, with right guidance and under right people, we polish ourselves, we develop our soft skill set, and we become better and better professionals. The second, from the medical affairs perspective, the challenge, or I would say the requirement, is a traveling job. So you have to have some kind of traveling for some roles. Like for field based roles, the traveling is lesser. the traveling is more, but for office based role the traveling is lesser. But in some or the other roles you definitely is expected to travel to places for conducting activities or for conducting various programs led by your company. So some people, they find it very challenging to leave their home place and start their journey by leaving their place and traveling to be a core part of their responsibility in a medical affairs stream. So I see these are the two most the challenges, the common challenges that I have seen so far.
Thank you so much, madam, for your wonderful session. Now let me introduce the second speaker of the today's session, Dr. Mahesh Kumar. He is my senior during my postgraduate period. Sir was the associate vice president, customer excellence, Harris Global. He started as a research scientist in R&D and moved to pharmacovigilance as physician and manager, former deputy EU and EU pharmacovigilance responsible person, certified lead auditor, managed teams up to 900 employees in India, responsible for more than 100 pharma health authorities, CROs as customers. He's been a part of generating AI initiatives and his disruptive potential in pharmacovigilance, regulatory affairs, medical affairs, and clinical. Sir also has managed a team of multi-cultural senior directors throughout the Europe currently. With this brief introduction, I would like to invite Dr. Mahesh Kumar to start his session. Hello.
Stop share. Stop share. Open his PPT. He could do. Sir, just. Hello, sir. Are you ready? Hello, sir. Yeah, so can you start the presentation, sir? Yeah, I can.
Okay, sir is joining his session from the German. Now I please invite to start our session.
Hello. Can you share the sir? Share your desktop, sir. Yeah, share your. Don't share the PPT. Share your desktop. Then it will automatically move. Can you
Dr. Shonali ma'am, you can close your PPT and stop sharing, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Sir, can you make it presentation mode? Perfectly all right, sir. Yes, sir. Perfectly all right. You can go ahead. Thank you so much.
Can you hear me on the audio?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. You can go ahead.
Right. Again, thank you, one and all, and especially Dr. Shivamurthy sir and the organizing committee, Savita Medical College. And then I believe the one who introduced me is Dr. Madhurav. I've been very close aid of him for the last few years. So thank you very much for providing me this opportunity to share my thoughts and perspectives. My title of the presentation is How to be Successful in International Positions in MNCs. So without much ado, I would like to get started. So in the next 30 minutes or maybe depending on the time constraints, I would like to share about some information about me and my experiences. Again, what is considered as a success? That's also important. At the same time, we are also going to talk about opportunities, nuances, and then how it is slightly different in international positions, especially with respect to interviews and work environment, culture, different nuances. Then at the end, again, we're going to talk about what is that actually drives every person, the opportunity and readiness concepts, success, aspects related to the success, and of course, the time management. See, these things, of course, when Dr. Sonali spoke a few minutes ago, she covered beautifully many aspects of being in industry and then how to be also successful. These are clearly no different. I know she has kind of stolen my thunder as well, but I'm going to more and more concentrate on how it is going to be in international positions, and how can we move up the ladder in international positions, and then obviously that can come in with a lot of advantages in terms of you moving up the roles as well as financially, personally as well. So, few more information about me. I give again from the day I started my post graduation in GPAR Pondicherry. I was very fortunate to have the head of the department, Dr. Robinson, as my guide, and then he was also probably at that point of time close to retirement, and very very fortunate at that point of time. So we worked on pretty different aspects, including pharmacogenomics, vigilance, etc. So that was actually a great foundation when I started looking around as soon as I was getting close to completion of my MD Pharmacology course. I had actually multiple different offers, and I definitely chose the best one, which was AstraZeneca, wherein I joined as a research scientist, which is slightly different from the course typically an MD Pharmacology takes post graduation, mainly because of the fact that this particular role was in discovery and development, more like a translational pharmacologist, a translational scientist. Everything that I studied in MD actually came to use, including some of the pharmacokinetic concepts, pharmacodynamic concepts, and even obviously the toxicology aspects, everything actually. So I was part of those lead identification, lead optimization, and candidate drugs projects. I was actually providing medical inputs as to how this can have an impact and how we should be selecting the right candidates moving forward to the clinical stages. So that was really probably one of the best roles that I had in my career. So that came first in my as the first job, which was actually also, I could say now this is probably purely a luck. So what was this? What was this role about? So we were actually sitting and identifying those candidate drugs which could actually have an impact both pharmacokinetically and dynamically, and then identify the dose or the dose demand predictions using some of the concepts prevalent at the point of time, including the simulations, both at the level of animal studies as well as at the level of human clinical trial data that was available. So it was really very challenging, at the same time very satisfying aspect of that career. Then for various reasons, I'll talk about that in the next slide. I had to move into IQVIA. Then when I moved into IQVIA, that was entirely, completely different setup, wherein I was actually a PV physician manager. You can imagine that from discovery development, I directly moved into PV, which was entirely controlled environment, where every act of ours was fully according to the GVP guidelines, and then we were and there are set processes. Whereas the one that I had previously was more of an explorative. So we were having a lot of options to search in the articles and publications and identify whatever the best that can work for our compounds and products. And whereas, this was entirely different. Here is where, the foundation on pharmacovigilance came to, became evident for me. Though I was doing medical review of ICSRs and we did reports and signals and a small team management. But this actually helped me in establishing a good foundation, mainly from the point of view of what is needed for pharmacovigilance, what is needed for the regulatory authorities. That really helped, and I could learn a lot in this role. But then, this is when you would also understand how it is important to also learn the project management skills. So I was in crossroads when I was in IQVIA. The crossroads was essentially that I do have an opportunity to get into much more deeper aspects of PV and become a subject matter expert. At the same time, I also had an option of getting into the operations, the project operations, and the project management, and then go towards people management. I really contemplated a lot, and I actually had few different options. Then I actually chose, okay, let me get to the aspects of project management because I thought I had actually learned a good deal of it in IQVIA. And that's when I got an opportunity in Bioclinica as a senior PM. The very first day when I joined, I was given an end-to-end project of pharmacovigilance, which was almost 130 people project, so which was having huge issues in terms of reaching the regulatory compliance timelines for the clients, and that was not a good thing to have. So huge challenges there, and then I talk about some of them in my next slides. I quickly rose up the ladder and then became associate director and then later director of customer engagement. This is when I also moved into another role within Germany. I got transferred to Germany to take care of not just only all the projects that we had in Germany, Europe, but also do a role of deputy QPPV. As you might be already aware, QPPV are the qualified persons for pharmacovigilance, and this is probably the penultimate role for any pharmacovigilance person, probably not just only in Europe, but also globally, because this is actually a legal role. This means if something really goes wrong, you're also in trouble, actually. This means if you're not really able to do your job properly, this can also, you will be legally responsible and maybe even taken to court. So this is a very serious position. And then, I made a switch into Eversana as a senior director for global PV operations. And then for the last 5 years, I've been with Aris Global as a senior director, client partner, and then now moved up the ladder to associate vice president. So what do we do actually in Aris Global? This is, again, I moved from a pure research role, then into if you see the middle three are actually the CROs, the last one is actually a technology company. What do we do here? It's essentially the R&D technology. We work on all the technology related to medical affairs, clinical, regulatory affairs, and of course, pharmacovigilance. Many of you who are in the PV field know about Aris Global. The biopharma companies, they are some of their clients. We actually work also very closely with regulatory authorities. For example, FDA is one of our customers. So we work with them, and we actually we interact very closely with them as well. And at the same time, of course, many global CROs are our customers as well. So we have all the pillars with whom we are interacting, and then we drive a lot of innovation within the market. And just to give an example, when at least 6-7 years ago, we were the first one to start the automation technology in all this R&D space, and now we are the front runners with generative AI, using generative AI for all these technologies. And what's going to happen, because this is clearly going to disrupt. It has already disrupted the whole world, and now it has started the next phase, wherein it is coming in every aspect of our work. It has the potential to definitely affect the number of jobs, the amount of time needed to do robotic processing. So that's something that we should be watching for. So moving on, I just want to share not every medical college or not every student will get an exposure to such great foundation, but it is really in our hands to really go ahead and then learn more and then continue. Again, as Dr. Sonali had heard, that you need to be a bit more open and reach out to your seniors. Why did I put the second point, avoiding herd mentality? And this is a very important thing, because when I was in AstraZeneca, there was a situation just 1 year before I left the company, that this was a direction from the corporate to decide what would be the strategy for Bangalore discovery unit. Would they like to go towards infection portfolio, or would like to go towards neglected disease portfolio? I was actually one among the two. The other one was the head of research, to raise the hands and then say it's actually a bad idea to move away from neglected diseases. Because of course, to me personally, it was very close to my heart. I wanted to really continue working on the neglected diseases, because I don't think any other country or any other organization is ready to do it other than, of course, India. Whereas the whole organization, whole discovery unit, were actually in favor of working for infection. Of course, because of this strategy, it led to later closure of the discovery unit as well. But again, what I'm trying to emphasize here is that if it is important, if it is something that you believe in, please be open and talk about it. And even if it is non-democratic, you don't have to follow what others clearly are following. The third one that I want to quickly talk about is, again, also believe in yourself, because some of the solutions that you give to your customers, to your clients, or anyone for that matter, or within the pharma industry, could be actually very silly, straightforward, but sometimes it actually resonates. So we had provided some solution against which we were contending with big giants. We had no experience, but still we were able to win that project. So it's all about being confident and winning with that. Learning of new skills. I talked about my journey in IQVIA, wherein I could get some fundamentals, into for fundamentals being practiced, is that whatever gets measured gets improved. Some of these things are might look very basic, but when you really put this into practice, you will start seeing results. We were not really measuring some of the compliance aspects in some of the projects. So when we were able to adjust that, we could actually see immediate results. So these are all really basics. If you stick to basics, definitely it's going to help. These are, of course, some of the very basic information that are available in MBA, maybe even first chapter. So go and then read them when you have time. when you're really scaling up to lead such bigger teams. When I decided that I need to get into the people management roles, really there was not much of time to scale up. But I think the job will teach you how to scale up and then start managing. But always important to read and understand how to lead bigger teams. So, some of the experiences that I wanted to share. Now let's switch the gear. Even before what I'm going to talk today is really not how entirely specific to MD pharmacologists, how they can be successful, but also for everyone, right? It's not just only for MD pharmacologists, but within the global scenario, there are medical affairs roles, there are regulatory affairs, clinical, as well as PB roles. Medical science liaisons, medical directors, and these are all some of the senior roles that you can actually get into. You need to get those experiences within India, spend a few years, and then really start looking for those opportunities. What many people do not know that technology space also provides lots of opportunities for MD pharmacologists. I just had another person joining in the last 1.5 months, our organization. He leads the product, the single product, and he's an MD pharmacologist. And he's also joined as an associate vice president. So you can imagine that there are such roles, and all we need to do is just be open and start embracing those opportunities. Solutioning experts, subject matter experts are needed everywhere, even in clinical, regulatory, and medical affairs spaces. I talked about translation pharmacology. When I joined my first job, it was actually probably single-digit number of people used to work in translational sciences. But today I see that many have actually some of the roles have been turned out to be translational scientist or pharmacologist role. So this is extremely challenging, at the same time satisfying role. So think about it, and these are also available today in India, but very commonly available abroad. And customer-facing roles like program managers, product managers, client partners, strategic account directors. Some things that many people have not explored is to really get into some of the BD roles itself. And these are again very challenging roles. BD roles are really not easy for everyone. So you need to be having that mindset, that openness to meet people and enjoy that conversation, etc.
Hello, Dr. Mahesh. You have 10 more minutes. Okay, just to alert
I think we can finish in 10 minutes.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So what is the success for medical pharmacologists in industry? When you see a drug or a candidate drug impacting patients' lives, this is finally, this is exactly why we work for it. And then at the same time, then you also prevent wrong drugs entering the market. So, and also help to reduce the cost at the end of the day to the patient, especially to some of the, within Indian or any third world countries, if you're able to get the new drugs, at the same time, reduce the cost of drugs to the patients. And to me personally, it helped in, satisfying my passion that neglected diseases, or working on neglected diseases to bring them to the patients was one of the things. And also bring those innovations to the health authorities, biopharmas and CROs that actually could impact patients positively as well. Okay, so what do we need when you are actually applying for roles abroad? There are many roles that if you go to LinkedIn, you can find many. But I can tell you the last point, the role of visas and selection is something that's going to prevent everybody from applying to such roles. But I can tell you, for any role that gets published within Europe or a senior role, there will be thousands and thousands of people applying for it. And there are robots who can actually, they will read your CVs in such a way that they will identify the keywords and simply reject. At the same time, there are visa requirements. You can actually contact me if someone is interested to pursue international roles. I can actually provide some guidance on the visas. At the same time, as I mentioned, well-suited candidates only will be selected. And there are probationary periods within which you will be assessed. And later, you would be either eliminated or, taken ahead and provide permanent roles. Especially in Europe, you have language requirements. I stay in Germany, and some of the roles definitely need German language. 80% of the roles require German language proficiency. Especially, they even ask you the native speaking ability, and they are actually preferred. And the people management roles, definitely you need a good German, because you will have some people who are of German origin and even cross-cultural within Europe. So you need to have those skills also. So you need to have all the 6 that I described here to be successful, first of all, to get into such international roles. Then, cultural differences is something that you need to immediately be aware of. There are high context and low context kind of mentality, cultural difference. We, from Indian origin, we give a lot of importance to the power, a lot of importance to the role that person is playing, whereas in the developed countries, it's entirely the opposite. It's not about the role, it's not about actually how, what kind of role, even including a CEO, but it's all about what is it for that particular person. So that is how it is. So you need to completely switch that mentality. There are different workplace behaviors. You just work 8.5 hours a day and take a holiday, no problem. Even sick holidays are not really frowned upon. So you need to really switch from that point of view also. And working with non-Indian managers, I do have at least experience of working with 4 to 5 such managers already. What they want is to really make sure that you are meeting your requirements in the job. If you are going ahead and then working for something else, really that is not corporate. So, whatever is agreed in your job description is something that is simply expected. If not, then that is going to affect you adversely. Many people within this scenario, they don't sometimes expect promotions because they would like to stay happily with the same role, just because that gives them good work-life balance. So you need to see that behavior also in the, you will see that behavior also in at least the EU, not much in US. Finally, it is going to be rewarding from financial point of view also, because especially in the developed countries, economies like Germany, France, UK, and US, you will actually see very high-paying jobs in this area. Okay, what is best for your growth? It's definitely about you. It could be a small and growing organization, big and stable. I have worked in both. I liked actually the first one mainly because it changes every day. The dynamics are changing. The challenges are huge. Quick growth potential. And there is a misconception that small companies pay less, but that's not true. And there are HR policies evolving. But as far as a big and stable, again, it depends on your personality. How do you want to take it? How do you want to approach it? Slow growth, but stable and peaceful jobs that you can actually see in the bigger companies. You will be able to get, full quota of your holidays and, a standard compensation. You don't have to really negotiate so much with bigger companies. So it's all about how you follow this. Again, the last, one of the last topic is, what's your driver? What do you want actually in life? When you come to jobs abroad, do you like money? Of course, money is one of the driving factors, especially early in the career. Or do you want to actually get into those roles? what is your passion? I think that is something that you need to identify very early in the career. What kind of personality you are. For example, there are jobs in medical affairs wherein you need to go and meet people, especially the field ones, meet and interact with a lot of people. So do you get energy out of those interactions, or you lose energy? Are you a people person, or you are a number person? What are you? So those things are important things. We talked about opportunity and readiness already. So small companies provide you with vertical growth, and big companies provide you with horizontal expansion that you will be able to really expand in your expertise. So it entirely depends on you. There are two geometrical aspects that I've described: triangle of success and quadrangle of time management. I don't know how much time I do have, but quickly I want to touch upon. These are the only three things that are going to make you successful in any organization, any setting, abroad or Indian. You need to continue to work on your knowledge, continue to read, and get job and industry knowledge. And you need to continue to brush up your communication, leadership, technical and people and analytical skills. That has to happen on a daily basis. At the same time, when you actually work on these two, automatically it will help you in improving your attitude. It will help you become more confident, integral, as well as you will show courage, and of course you will also behave as a team player. So this is something very important. And the last one that I would want to quickly touch upon is the time management. Today, I know everyone has cell phones, but think about using your time very judiciously. Even today, or when you get into the industry, 80% of your time needs to go to this quadrant, not urgent but important ones. Otherwise, they will end up being urgent and important and start pressurizing you or start putting you stress. Urgent but not important are the ones that people come to you, and it's not really your problem, but it's essentially other people who will be putting pressure to get this done. Whereas the last one, not urgent and not important, is the one which is quote unquote called time waste. You should not be spending time on the last quadrant at all. The one on the right hand side, upper quadrant, right hand side, is the one where 80% of your time should go, so that it becomes very rewarding for you in the coming days. Okay, so finally, in my view, there is no one formula for success. It all individual dependent. You need to be ready for opportunities whenever it comes in, and mentally you have to be ready. How are you going to be ready? You're going to be ready with your skills, knowledge, and attitude, and that will, all these things will come out when you are even speaking and you're presenting something, and people can easily identify you as the right person to give that opportunity, and be ready for that opportunity anywhere at any point of time. So what works for you may not work for others. So with this, I'd like to end my presentation, and I would be happy to take some questions given the time. But again, I would like to thank Dr. Shivamurthy sir, organizers and panelists for giving me this opportunity. Thank you. Can you hear me okay, sir?
Sir.
Your voice is breaking actually.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, now slightly you're away from mic, but yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you so much for your wonderful session. I'm succeeding as a medical pharmacologist in international position within multinational companies. Sir, you have provided us with practical insights into the essential skills that needed to thrive in a global environment, such as effective communication, understanding diverse regulatory framework, and building strong network And definitely your experience have highlighted the importance of adaptability and cultural awareness in navigating the complexities of international roles. I believe this takeaways will be invaluable to everyone here, helping us better to prepare for global and career opportunities. So, as we are running early, I'll just quickly take one question. What are the current trends in pharmacological research and development that international medical pharmacology should be aware of? Just in a brief, sir.
Can you repeat that question, sir? I couldn't hear well.
Yeah,
The last.
current trends in pharmaceutical research and development in international global platform.
The current trends in
Like,
the
sir, like what are the like as a budding clinical pharmacology that they should be aware of?
right, the current trends are clearly multifaceted. Three different industries are three different pillars of the fraternity. One is technology. You should be definitely aware of how the new technologies are affecting or impacting the whole industry as such. That's number one. Number two, what are the things that regulatory authorities are bringing in terms of their new changes? You should be well aware of it, well read, have a good read about it, and be ready. At the same time, these two industries, how they are going to impact the pharma and CROs is something that you need to be aware of. As someone who's trying to see international positions or work and be successful in those positions. So this is something that they need to continue to look for trends. And if you are keeping up to all these things, definitely that would lead to success.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful session, and happy to see you in this platform. Long time. So
thank you very much for the introduction and opportunity. Thank you.
thank you, sir. Now I would like to request Dr. my colleague, Dr. Ashok Zurbe sir, to introduce our next speaker.
Good morning, all. When I say it's my honor and privilege to introduce Ravindran sir, it shouldn't have been more heartfelt because this is the person whom I have looked up to many times in life, and he has been there to guide me whenever I'm in a fix, and you cannot find more straightforward, thorough, knowledgeable person than him. And most of us know about him, but some of the youngsters who don't, just a quick brief of sir. Sir retired from GFMER as a professor and head in pharmacology. Currently, is director MGM Advanced Research Center, Puducherry, and also professor of pharmacology there. He has been ex-professor, ex-team research at JIPMER, with the author of CAL software X-Farm. When we talk about alternatives to probably sir was way ahead of time, and 10 years back, we all only knew about this software. He has authored a book titled The Practical Approach to PG Research. He has been chief editor of Indian Journal of Pharmacology 6 years, Journal of Pharmacology and Pharmacotherapeutics 15 years. Both were PubMed indexed during his time. And he has conducted more than 50 workshops on research methodology, biostatistics, and biomedical communication all over India. He also had been dean research at JIPMER, and many important administrative posts. Sir has held member of institute body, standing academic committee, standing finance committee, standing selection committee at different aims for selection of faculty members. So it's a huge list. He is stalwart in pharmacology, and many of us, most of us know about him, and I won't stand between him and the audience for this important topic related to the CAL software.
Morning, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Dubey, for the kind words. Also, I'd like to thank all the misses for giving me an opportunity to come and speak something. Okay, the topic, so actual topic given to me is indigenous color software. I slightly changed it. Of course, the content is the same. I slightly changed it to my journey with the XForm. The XForm is my creation. Of course, it has been stolen recently. It's my creation and it's a software as a production. It's a software, health software, computer skill, learning software. Then my talk is going to be very, very light. It is not going to be okay. I mean, I'm going to tell you about my experiences, how I created this form, and then how I am getting on with this software. This light, please. Anyway, so let's switch off the light, please. This, yeah, it's okay now. Now, this thing, I mean, it's also experience stuff. But it's not exactly, cannot be exactly this. In 1985, December, our department got one of this. At that time, no, there are not many experiences were not very popular or not available in many places, but then our department different. There was something different. Now, from my postgraduate. 1984, I joined as a postgraduate. 1985, our department got one December. And this got a data processor. Why? I can see the monitor. It's a monitor. It's a monitor. So the monitor and it's not data was so data was but actually it's a computer was it's plus okay work. No, the 6 years 16 because also the experience a lot. And also it has got facility for programming, basic programming. Basic is for beginner all purpose for it. So that is what is called basic programming language. You can do programming in basic language. Voice transmission. Yeah. So what I thought was I just started started the computer. This the data processor started the man how to use some basic programming. Basic programming. Just when the examples when I just made when there was a journal, there is sort of journal called Tips. Once in pharmacological science. So this journal was really short in general, library was getting this journal. This journal, what they do is one column was the computer program. They give some of the code, basic code to do something related to pharmacology. So on that one, it was A.B. Barlow, as a well-known pharmacologist. So he did some text-based simulation, not like graphics-based simulation, text-based simulation of LD50. Give some animals more drug and increase the dose, the animals are dying, and it calculates and it's just a text-based simulation. When I read this, I immediately got an idea. Now, why not what simulation of experiments? We were demonstrating how which are doing for undergraduate students. At the time, once we used to know some 15 experiments. We used to demonstrate some 15 animal experiments. And of course, the students also have to take part in this experiment. And the regular practice classes as well as final exam also they have to do the annual experiments. Yeah. So what it is was I started writing now this one I was trying out dog experiment. Dog experiment, I was trying dog experiment. I got a home computer. So from UK, I got a available in India. And I had to go from UK. And this is about the time the home computer is operating in the West. But Sinclair, no, I got this one. And this one, no, this is the dot, you can see, no, the recording grades is ordinary, the audio tapes. Audio tapes can be used to record the program, automatic programming that can be recorded, which CDs and like this. And then, this can be connected to the computer, and then this can be connected to TV. So I got a small TV, and then I connected to it, and then I started writing another version of dog BP. So I was able to write the full program. And yeah. So this one I demonstrated in 20th, qualitative conference of IPS, Indian Pharmacological Society in Punjab Medical College, in 1987. And this is now the abstract of the book of the proceedings. So this I demonstrated. So I present my poster. So I put my computer there, and then I read a TV, help of an organizing team. I was able to get some color TV on the time. So TVs are so big, CRTs. I got some TV and arranged some tables and then put it, and then I started demonstrating. And then it was totally, of course, it was totally new, and everyone was thrilled. Next please. Yeah, then in 1989, the computer started coming, IBM PCs, now IBM compatible PCs. So before that, there was no such thing called PC. PC means personal computer. No such thing called personal computers, both based on mini and maxi computers, or the mainframe and mini computers. Those are big computers used by the scientists, space scientists, and these people and so. But there are the IBM with for personal use, they can tell me computers in the 80s, I think 81 or 82. And then the computers are available after 1985. The people got when IBM combined with PC, I was able to get access to it. And we can also this program, GW Basics, actually this program. GW is actually the Roman connected brilliant. That's why it's called GW basic. So we're using the GW basic, I was able to program 7 experiments. You can see that dog, rat, rabbit, frog, Indian, and mouse, all these things are able to
Microphone.
Next one. This next, can you or this other this thing. If you give me, then I can say. Yeah. So this I made a program, but then the computer was so new. Not many colleges had computers. Okay, when people more don't see computers. So whatever I did not remain, there's a computer and the also part of it. Yeah. So next
Slide. Previous career.
previous. Yeah.
This slide.
Previous slide. Previous. Yeah. What we can do next. Next one, please. Next one. And in between, there is one mistake. Why is it?
Remote use பண்றதா remote connect பண்ணணும்.
I think in between, go before. See, yeah. This is the one. Okay, next. 89. Next. 90. Okay, fine. Yeah, fine. It's okay. So, 1990, I went to UK. I was in boards in the Medical College, the clinical pharmacology department. So at that time, I took my whatever I did for PC. So there, the computers are available, freely available, every department for IT. And everyone had access to computer, everyone was working with the computer. So I was doing some changes in the program. And then the law person, the name of Johnston. And when I was doing something, he looked at me, this thing, and then he said that no, they are happy to participate. British Pharmacological Society conference. The December now they're like it's a grand conference they used to be conducted in December. They used to have 3-4 meetings in a year. December meeting of a grand one. So on that time it was conducted in London, St. George's Medical College. There I demonstrated this abstract. Next one. Then I came back and I joined the JIPMER faculty member. And Roy then encouraged me to distribute it. So what they did was, so on the time you can store it on the PC listings, you can store it now 500 quarters. So there is a trend of not just this. So these are the source things that they can available. Not there are expensive things. Chief to a new name of economics. And they are another in the center. When I started distributing. Next. Of course, there were not many takers because many didn't have computers. And then the scenario changed. In 1995, the Windows 95 came. Windows 95 came. So most of them know they started switching over to Windows. So what we did was my was get some funding from PPT. They would get some funding from PPT and then started writing this 5 experiment program. And he did something, and I also what you did since it was machine basic. I already had experience in basic. I started now writing this 5 experiment in this place. So this is opening page of the software, and the one of the experiment the effect of the excellent part every time for use of like this. Then 2000 to 2010. So on this time, what I did was I started seriously distributing the Windows version of my software. So I made it in CDs, and whoever wanted it for a nominal cost from the Department of Pharmacology. The Department of Pharmacology at the time had IPS branch, local branch of IPS. So in the name of local branch of IPS, we started distributing for nominal price. Then I created a website also. Next please. Yeah, this is my website. So in the website, what I did was I put it on the website, and then I freely distribute. Now people can expand this information sessions, and they expand here. So it's on there. So what I did was I put it on the website, and then anybody could freely distribute, freely download, and then they can install in their computer and they can use it. So there are so many, many people they sort of distribute, downloading. Not even from India, from cities and Latin America, and so many places, they started using it. So the website point of I gave it free. Still people wanted CD because my MCA, when MCA inspectors come now, they ask for where is the CD and ask. Some colleges they wanted CD, so those who wanted CD, we charged some nominal price and distributed the CDs also. Then what it was I got some funding from that I showed you. Then CPC at the time CPCSCA was formed 2000 around 2000 CPCSCA next slide. So moving. So CPCSCA was formed. That was the first time CPCSCA formed. In fact, CPCSCA invited me. I came to know that I made some program for replacing earnings. So they gave us contact. So what is appearing in my software was one my CPCSCA rules in fact on the use of gravity animals. They say that the PPSA rules know how it impacted the use of animals, and also said because my software has started making routes and many people started using it, and it completely replaced rabbits. The rabbit experiment was solved, especially for undergraduate students. Next, please. Then there is something called the internet. Internet is your UK-based, it's NGO, okay, non-governmental agency. I mean, it is involved in reducing animals in education. So they gave me some funding. They gave me some $2,000, £2,000 or $2,000 something they gave for distribution of software. So what I did was I made 3 CDs. CDs, and at the time I was editor of Indian Journal of Pharmacology, chief editor of Indian Journal of Pharmacology. So I made CDs. All those CDs I put it in each issue of the issues. So I put it into this thing. You have seen the issue. I showed the CDs. So those CDs I put it in the CDs, and then it was distributed. It was distributed along with the journal. And also, they reported that because of those CDs were distributed, and so many, that is true. The many medical colleges, they stopped demonstrating animal experiments for undergraduates. And in fact, they reported in their website. Next one. Next. So when a software became popular, then what MC did was it started recommending the software. They say that it was operated to this youth. To discuss involving animals, before quantitatively have developed next form, a black CD. This CD has been prepared for engagement to non-conscious in undergraduate courses in medicine, pharmacology, retail sciences. So what they sort of recommending, this is minutes of one of their meeting, and then they recommended my software. And then what they released in 2012, I think, in 2014, they completely banned also. Next, please. In 2012, this is Gazette. The Gazette participant of the government completely banned. They say that for teaching physiology and pharmacology curriculum, the required knowledge and skills should be important. It's completely assisted modules. So only on India was supposed to be required for medical colleges. So they completely banned the animal experiments for undergraduates, not for postgraduates, undergraduates. So because of this, the many people the many colleges they started using my software. Next. Then 2010, something happened. There was some pharmacologist. Varun Gupta. And Varun Gupta, he joined Elsevier India. And then he knew about my software when he was undergraduate, when he was postgraduate, he used my software. So when he joined Elsevier, one day he called me. He said that the Elsevier will market my software. I said that my software, it was written by me, it was a bit amateurish, it was not very professional. What I said was, let Elsevier fund it. Okay, I will write I will hire one company, a professional company, and then we'll rewrite the whole software, we'll bring out a very sophisticated version of the software. So they agreed, they funded it, and then we hired a company, and then the XFORM 2 was born. So this was XFORM Pro, and 2010 and 11, 11 it was released, 10 it was shorter, and 11 it was released. Next, please. And then they started, they started distributing it. Of course, they started selling it. And it was used all over India as well as abroad. They started selling the software. They, in fact, it was not selling it, they were licensing it. That is, they give it and every year, the colleges have to pay licenses. And online, it's all online. The offline software is not there. It was not available on CD. Demo was available on CD, but then the full version was available only on online only. So people have to pay a subscription every year. They have to pay subscription, and then they can use it. Many colleges, more than 100 colleges, they paid license, and then they were using it. Now, how we use this XFORM in 1994, we started demonstrating this Starbucks event for UGs. 1994 with my software. I told you in 1994 itself, we started distributing. So at that time, we had a couple of computers, and then we started distributing, demonstrating it. And 1997, we included this experiment in the faculty curriculum. So at that time, previously it was optional, and then 1997, we included the curriculum, and then we started demonstrating, and then we asked students to do. They themselves were doing this. At that time, still they were using my XFORM for DOS. And from 2000 to 2010 onwards, all 12 experiments. Only one of meanwhile 1997, 2010, Clearly, adding more experiments in the curriculum. And by the time of 2010, we included all 5 experiments curriculum, and we completely removed the manual experiments. Of course, there was a ban from the government also banned. So it was very easy for us to include all experiments in the curriculum. And from 2011 onward, we started using XFORM Pro. XFORM Pro was released in 2011. We started using it for 2011. And these are the pictures of what are the pictures. Okay, this computer lab now students using it. This initial version they were using it to share the computer. But later we got many computers in the computer lab. Each one of them on computer and I started using it. And we are using this for this. It is not only for practical classes. And second exam, after final exam also we started using. We using these modules. Because these modules contain tutorial as well as examination. Examination mode can be used for final sectional as well as final exam. Next. So 2017 to 2022, 2017, what happened was the company which was marketing XFORM Pro simply they stopped. It was really painful. They didn't tell us anything, and then they simply stopped it. And I had a big fight with them. And in fact, it was a dark street for XFORM. So the company stopped marketing XFORM Pro, and the COVID started. COVID started, they was wanting to make a use of myself and the one of my partners. He offered XCOL. My software is XFORM. His software is XCOL. So the COVID started, there was a approach. So company got it, and then we paid some money, and then now COVID they couldn't use it, and we lost money. And so we lost timing for the reason why 2019 the XFORM Pro was stopped. Nobody could use it. And by this time now, the 2015 onwards, whatever was the correct XFORM Pro started appearing in the market. So one person who is in Gujarat, and he sold my XFORM, tried to XFORM, and he registered in his name, and then he started XFORM of EX and this thing, and with he sold, he sold our this thing also, our pictures and everything he sold, and then ideas, pictures, all this thing he sold, and he started making a very bad copy of whatever we have done, and then he started selling it. Okay. Yes. Next. So this is the last slide. So 2023, then now what we because of COVID we couldn't do, and then now we again 2023, myself and my partner, author of Technology. Then we approached the company in Delhi, they were willing to do it, and then now we named the platform as Medical Pharm. So now we see we go to Medical Pharm. Next please. So Medical Pharm now we both XFORM Neo and the Technology Neo. So both we included the 32 experiments. You go to the mycalpharm.com. It's available in mycalpharm.com. And of course, you have to pay. And those who want to release, they have to pay if you are licensed now. It's based on license, on yearly license. And generally, we are able to get it back on the file, back into the market. So it was a difficult and a lot of money and all this. Next, please. So my journey has not stopped. So it started 40 years back. Still 40 years back. It's not stopped. Still continuing. Maybe you would like to know how much all this cost me. Now, making a software is not easy. If you are making on your own, it may be, may not cost much. And the problem is, it don't need to be very amateur because we are not professionals. Unless a professional does it, software may not look very professional. Of course, professional, if you get take a professional, it is going to really cost so much. Usually, we during COVID, we approached the company, we paid some more than 10 lakhs or some this thing, and then we totally lost. And then this one now we spent almost 30 lakhs or something. Totally about now. So far we have spent now 40 lakhs myself and my partner. And there is one reason now why you cannot give it free. Because it costs so much. If you want a professional good quality one, it costs so much. And of course, when you spend money, you can it back. So there are things. So why can't you give it free and all these things? It's not possible. And if you spend a lot of money, it is definitely not a quality product. So you spend a lot of money, and it's not possible to give it free to anybody. Of course, you might ask, well, I haven't earned any money. Yes, we earned money when Elizabeth was marketing it. They were giving me royalty. And with the money, we instituted the X-Form prize for best paper presentation with ISRPT conference. And ISRPT conference, there is a session, oral place, who gets, the institute, I give some money at this thing. Also, I donated some money for travel grant. Maybe I get more money, I spend money for what is something again, I can spend money for the development, more money, I get more money, spend money for more development of other more programs, and also use it for teaching some titles and travel grants, all these things. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a good hearing and sharing, going through the journey that you went. I know now that whatever little I know of him, and the kind of staunch, honest person he is, whatever he mostly must have lost momentarily. Whether they're making and whatever little he made, I know that he instituted a few awards for different societies.
Whatever I lost from whatever I learned from the physics form from. So now that what is it?
Good question, always for academics and what we have learned a lot from you, Seven. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dr. Shiva.
Yes.
I would like to thank sir. Basically, he kindly accepted it immediately when I requested him. And he is my guru. And I keep always telling him, sir is I am Ekalaga and he is Dronacharya. So that's how we have that relationship. And whenever I meet him, I take his blessings. And he really blessed us by coming here and presenting his life story. And we have a I request all of you to assemble back because sir will be in the award lifetime research achievement award, and we are first award in research sir only. So we request you to all of you to join back when we have the inaugural program.
That's opportunity.
So just one thing, sir. Yes. And we can call him as a father of experiment pharmacology for Pharmacology. Yeah.
I don't deserve big words. Not that I have done so much. I don't deserve any big. So thank you.
Sir, it's not like you heard the story of X-Pharma. So the story behind he wrote one book, one book he has written, that is research methodology postgraduate, and that is widely used. And I can tell you, each and every postgraduate, I think they would have read it while writing their thesis, how to write PG thesis. That's really wonderful book. And he is also means today, if I have achieved anything, it's because of her, I can tell because what he get from the home institution and what he gets by attending this one workshop for maybe 1 day or 2 days. I think it is the teaching is right now. And I think today I have looking on the teaching onward. From teaching onward, I have not used any statistical help just because of you. I have not taken any statistical help, and I just use this knowledge what you have given me on this. And till date I am using it, I am continuing. It's not about being jumping into income. This function will need a car. Thank you so much, sir. I request you to bless me and bless everyone. Yes.
So the final was already sitting by now. This one,
Thank you for the wonderful speech, sir. As we come to end of our presentation, I take this time to acknowledge and express to give the moment to speaker, sir. For that, I invite chairperson.
you can break it up.
I invite our chairperson. Dr. Sudhakar sir will give the appreciation to the chairperson.
ஆடியவே யாருக்கும் கேட்கல யாருக்குமே கேட்கல சரி பண்ணாதான் பார்க்கணும் அதான்
Co-chairperson will give the moment to
எல்லாரும் வாட்ஸ்அப்ல கட்டிட்டு வரேன் ஆடியோவே கேட்கல ஜூம் மீட்டிங் ஆன் பண்ணிருக்கீங்களா
Thank you, great for me. Okay, since because of time restriction, we will move on to second session. I will hand on the questions.
Zoom let me tell you. 5 minutes wait for it. சரி பண்ணிடா நீங்க ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்க என்ன பண்ணுங்க பண்ணி குட்டி ஷட் டவுன் பண்ணிட்டு ஓடாமே சார் ஜூம் கலந்துங்களா சார் ஜூம் யாரா வேணும் பண்ணிக்கலாம் உங்க சொல்லுங்க அந்த அந்த பாஸ்வேர்டா சொல்லுங்க ஜஸ்ட் அந்த லிங்க் யூஸ் பண்ணி ஜாயின் பண்ணுங்க வாட்ஸ்அப்ல மீட் கனெக்ட் ஆக மாட்டேன் Hello. It's working, sir. That is the issue. Right now, also they have working. Right now, also they have connected. ட்ரை பண்ணும்போது இதே ஸ்பீக்கர் தான் எல்லாமே கேட்டுச்சு and also there and then volume ரொம்ப so it's audible volume is very low sir speech like from here but now you try now you try now you go there and
To the online viewers, am I audible? Can you give a thumbs up so that we can move to our second session? Yes, thank you.
Chairperson slaves. So chairperson doesn't know.
Keep us there. Connect us there.
ఒరే నిమిషం.
EVNMB, welcome you, ma'am. And I welcome the co-chairperson, Dr. Pujilanjan sir, and sir is associate professor in the AIMS Raipur, and sir has of more than 140 publications and copyright of 24 grants and patent. And welcome you, sir. And chairperson and co-chairperson will introduce the speakers and over to you.
Good morning, one and all present here. First of all, I should thank Dr. Shivamurthy sir, founder of MPS, and organizing chairman Dr. Tirunavukarasan sir, professor and head of the Department of Pharmacology, Savita Medical College, and Shanas ma'am for giving me this opportunity as chairing this session. And I would like to invite Dr. Arun Kumar Radhakrishnan. He's a head pharmacologist. And I'm noting to introduce Sir is a vice principal and professor and head of the Department of Pharmacology, Chettinad Hospital and Research Institute. And Sir has been serving as a director of IPSC, Chettinad Academy of Research and Education. And Sir has been of various committees of government institute such as Gandhi Medical College and Kilpack Medical College. And Sir serving as a vice chair of IHEC and ICMR NIRT, and he is an well experienced and in economics, research, trials, and ethics committee affairs. He has publication of 60 to his credit. He has citation 292 at index 9. And I would like to invite Sir to deliver his talk on roles of artificial intelligence in clinical research and remote monitoring.
PowerPoint வருமா?
Screen gigantic comments. Good morning. I'm going to talk about the role of artificial intelligence in clinical research and remote patient monitoring. Before I start, I think I should thank the organizers for inviting me to be part of this event. The Association of Medical Pharmacologists.
I should thank Dr. Shivamurthy, who is the founder of this association, and Dr. Thiru, Dr. Shanaz from the Department of Pharmacology at Stanley Medical College. This is an opportunity to share some of my viewpoints on this evolving topic, artificial intelligence in clinical research. Next. We know that clinical trials are human experiments. We do it with drugs and devices with the purpose of generating data on the safety and efficacy of the drug or device. With the purpose or with the aim of submitting the data to regulatory agency or government bodies to seek marketing approval. Not all human experiments are clinical trials. Those studies which are done in humans with the objective of getting the data and then submitting it to the government agency to get marketing approval will fall into this definition of a clinical trial. The purpose of a clinical trial is to ensure that the drug or a device is safe and effective in human beings. When we look at conventional clinical trials or the traditional way of conducting clinical trials, we know there is a sponsor or pharmaceutical company who is developing the drug and he wants to market this drug. He's doing all research in preclinical, in vitro, he is formulating the compound and then he is trying to test it in human beings. For that, we talk about clinical trial, we have the protocol which is written maybe by the sponsor or maybe a CRO. They prepare all the documents like informed consent forms, CRFs, every other essential documents getting prepared. And then they identify the sites, maybe 10, 20 or 30 hospitals they identify and they depute CRAs or coordinators, where the coordinators sit with the doctors and the data is generated in CRFs. There are two ways. Initially, we used to record the data in paper CRFs, and even before 20, 30 years, we had this electronic data capture. It's not a new one. It is there for 30 years or so, more than that. This data is going to sponsor, maybe CRO. They do the data management, statistics, prepare the report, and then submitting it to the government agency to support the marketing approval for the drug, its safety and efficacy. This is what we call it traditional clinical trial or conventional clinical trial. But we are talking about the digital influence of such clinical trials, and this was possible because we have few things that have happened in the last decade. There is a rapid technological innovations in the field, not just in medicine, but anywhere, any field, any domain. We have rapid technological innovations. Information management system has become very robust. The advanced computing facilities. All these things have made us to realize and also made us to adopt, the artificial intelligence in clinical trials. The way that we are perceiving and then conducting clinical trials is changing. Even we have adopted many of these principles and the processes in COVID-19 clinical trials. Just to say about artificial intelligence, of course, it is not a branch of medicine. It is common for many things. They use the computer science. It is a branch of computer science, statistics, and engineering, and they use algorithms or models to perform tasks and exhibit behaviors, so that they can develop a system which can learn things like our brain. The system can learn, and it can make decisions, and it can make predictions, give solutions. That is artificial intelligence. It's machine learning. It is a branch or it is a subset of artificial intelligence, which allows the system to develop own models. And these models will do analysis of data. With that, it will learn, and then it will make again predictions and give solutions. But we need not program it every time because the system itself is like a brain. It will learn on its own and then provide solutions. Today, it may give a solution for a given problem. After 1 year, it may not give the same solution. It may give a refined solution which is suiting that particular environment and time. That is machine learning. And for the purpose of our discussion, these two terms are interchangeable. Artificial intelligence and machine learning These two go hand in hand, and hence we can use them interchangeably. There are potential uses. Theoretically, at least, we can predict that artificial intelligence can give value addition to our routine process. Like it helps in bringing safe and effective drugs faster. We conduct a trial for 5 years, it can reduce the timeline. It helps us to broaden the access of medications to everybody. Health equity, it helps. It helps to increase the quality of manufacturing. It helps to enhance the drug safety, develop novel drugs and drug classes, and then it also makes us to adopt the personalized medicine for wider population. These are potential uses that we look at when we are talking about artificial intelligence. Like it is faster at a less cost with more regulatory compliance. It helps in clinical data management, personalized medicine, and then improved patient outcome. Particularly talking about its role in drug development and discovery. It has role in every aspect of drug development, starting from drug discovery, target identification, selection of a candidate molecule, giving priority to particular compounds when you have hundreds of compounds in the library. And even it helps us to design a particular compound which is targeting a specific receptor or a pathway. It helps us to enhance the screening. Already we are doing high throughput screening when we have hundreds of compounds. Now with the application of artificial intelligence, we can screen hundreds of compounds, thousands of compounds in a day or 2 or 5, 10 days. You cannot imagine the speed in which we can do such screening. Of course, virtual screening. And it helps us in non-clinical research, clinical research, post-marketing surveillance, then pharmaceutical manufacturing. Next. These two areas will be focusing more on this presentation because we have some speakers who will be dealing with the discovery and the other aspects of the application of artificial intelligence in drug development. Next. Now, there are already some notable innovations in the field. Artificial intelligence and its application in clinical research. I have listed about 6 or 7 items or the products or the processes which are already existing in the market, and people are using it or adopting such practices in the way that they are conducting clinical research. I just read the names of them. The first one is decentralized clinical trials. We'll see what it means little later. Digital health tools, passive data collection. All along, we are talking about active data collection in clinical trial, but we are talking about passive data collection, e-tracking of adherence, e-tracking of site visits. Then we are talking about virtual clinical trials. Without the patient, without the drug, we are doing a clinical trial, in silico clinical trials. Then automated reporting, safety reporting, pharmacovigilance. Without any manual, intervention, people are generating safety reports. Next. What is a decentralized clinical trial? I mean, I've already narrated the process in which we take up clinical trials, like the sponsor or CRO is generating documents, giving it to 10 sites, 20 sites, 30 sites, and the trial is conducted, data is transmitted, data management, statistics, and the report. In a decentralized setup, this has happened in COVID-19. Many vaccine trials were done in this manner. What we expect in a site may not happen in the site at all. What we expect in a site, we see a patient there sitting, we see a doctor there talking to the patient, getting informed consent, giving the drug, asking him to take it, and then asking him to visit every month, doing clinical examination, getting blood samples, doing analysis, safety, and efficacy. This is what we expect things to happen in the site. But in decentralized clinical trial, none of it will happen. There may not be even a patient visit to the site for informed consent. There may not be any doctor interacting to the patient in the site. So many things which are supposed to happen in the site will be decentralized to suit the convenience of the patient, of the environmental condition, of the doctor, of the pharma company. So this is supposed to be decentralized clinical trial, which is picking up, which has really happened in COVID-19 clinical trials. Next. For this to happen brilliantly, smartly, we need to have digital tools. which will help us in various phases of conducting clinical trials. For example, recruiting patients, enrollment of patients, randomizing, blinding, getting informed consent, providing study medications and administering study medications, outcome measures, and safety monitoring. Now, these tools are very important when we talk about decentralized clinical trials. We are moving towards application of computers and software and artificial intelligence in the way that we are conducting clinical trials. Now, this actually it is good in ensuring participant safety and research integrity. And also, it does reduce the participant burden of traveling too many times, talking to too many people, and all these practical burdens are reduced in this decentralized clinical trials. It is something like, we are delivering it at the house of the patient everything. But there are concerns, ethical concerns. Without seeing the patient, can we enroll in a clinical trial? A big question mark. Digital concerns, data privacy and confidentiality, everything. They are all discussing about it. Maybe we will get better policies on this. Talking about digital health technology. I mean, this is the era of technology, digital technology. Now, this DHT is not something simply about a drug or a device or a biologic. It is more than that. It is a system which uses not simply the devices or drugs, but also it is integrating computing platforms, connectivity, software, and sensor. Everything is embedded in the technology in which a device is only a part of it, the rest of it is handled by artificial intelligence. And please remember that it also helps us in maintaining the blinding, masking the treatment. Even though we are adopting such technologies, we can still mask it. Now, one of the advantages of using DHT is that it gives the opportunity for everybody to participate in such trials. People do not have access due to travel and other things. They find it difficult to participate in trials. Now, this DHT makes everybody to volunteer to participate in clinical trials, even from remote locations, even from tribal or rural locations. People can participate in clinical trials using this DHT. Next slide. Now, in COVID-19, we can appreciate many of these things have adopted in COVID-19 clinical trials. I'm sorry for the font size; it is very small. I mean, people are talking about SMS alerts and using various applications to alert, and this I think is readable. We can use apps, part of artificial intelligence, personalized medicine, and then telemedicine. Electronic health records and electronic medical records are part of such tools to utilize such data to get patients, and then wearable devices and sensor. Everything we consider as a digital health tool and we'll be using it when we are applying, the key factors of artificial intelligence in clinical. So next. Now, what is this passive data collection? Like I was saying all along in clinical trials, we say that it should be we need to actively look for the data, safety data, efficacy data. We need to see the patient, ask so many questions, check so many parameters, do so many tests. There is active data collection in a clinical trial, but people are moving towards passive data collection. Yeah. We use wearables, we use sensors, we use devices, and then we keep tracking the data which may be physiological, which may be pathological, which may be a simple vital parameter. We can interview them, we can monitor them. It is a gathering data without active participation of the subject. Of course, we get concerned, but then patient may not be aware of the fact that we are really collecting the data. For example, you can imagine pulse rate. There is sensor. We can record the pulse rate around the clock, 24/7. We can get the trend of the pulse rate. Or we can give a schedule. Once in 4 hours, you get the pulse to me. Pulse, I'm taking it simply, so that we all can orient towards it. Blood pressure, or ECG, or any parameter for that match. We can use this passive data collection using these gadgets, which gives, it is more objective than our active data collection, which is little subjective in nature. And we can get the data only once in a week or once in a month. But using this passive data collection, you can get the data anytime that you want to measure. And it goes deep, really deep to get the information from the patients. But then there is a problem, data privacy. Anytime we can get the data, any information we need, even if it is not needed, we can get it. That it gives us a scope to collect such, data. passive data collection. Next. Then we have treatment follow-up or adherence. See, how do we ensure that the patient is compliant in taking the tablet? We give a phone call, we count the pills after they come for a visit. And in case if the patient is defaulting, we may not be able to get, we are losing it. If the patient is compliant only to 50%, then the data may not be helping us in establishing the safety or efficacy for that matter. And hence, we are having something like smart pill boxes. People are using it. Even in Amazon, we can, there are limited options. Smart pill boxes are available. But then, with the application of artificial intelligence, we can enhance the facilities and features. And, like you imagine there is a box which can send an alert to the patient that today morning 9 o'clock you have to take a pill. And we may not know whether the patient is coming and taking the medicine. So it can be fixed to biometric or voice recognition. So the patient is going to present, and then the box opens and gives only that medication which is blinded. And you can fix a camera there so that you see that the patient is taking the pill. You photograph and then or videograph so that it is an evidence for compliance of taking the medication. And in case if the patient is missing, you can alert at least the next door. So these are the applications of artificial intelligence in the smart pill boxes, or you have DHT for visual confirmation of compliance of taking medication. And similarly, you have e-tracking tools, simple tools in the mobile, which can facilitate optimizing the patient's visit to the hospital. Can you imagine that there is a software, there is a tool, artificial intelligence tool that is there in the mobile phone application? It tells him that tomorrow morning you have to go to the hospital for a visit. You can book a call taxi for him tomorrow morning 8 o'clock. Patient can look into the call taxi and can get on in the hospital. The moment, it can be tracked using a GPS. The moment the patient is in the hospital, it is an alert to the investigator or CRO. There will be a reception for the patient in the clinical trial unit. Correct? And if there is a scheduled blood sample collection, the phlebotomist will have an alert, will come to the patient, collect the blood sample, does the ECG. So there is a lot of time that we can save in this. There are applications which are already available. You can imagine that Swiggy is something which is very commonly, in this 5 years, we can see how it is improving. The way that we are placing orders and receiving, it is not simply, a tool. It is an artificial intelligence inbuilt tool, Swiggy, or these mobile applications which are very amazing. So that we are trying to bring in here so that it makes our job easy. At the same time, the safety and efficacy of the drug product is not compromised. We don't lose data. This is treatment of follow-up adherence using smart gadgets or applications. Next. Then there is something called digital biomarkers. Digital biomarkers are not really novel in that sense. We don't try to invent any biomarker which is novel here. We are only trying to digitize the biomarkers which are already existing. The data that we are talking about here is objective, quantifiable, physiological, and behavioral data. We can collect using digital devices such as sensors, wearables, portables, implantables, and digestibles. Using all these, digital health tools, we can get objective data which is quantifiable, which can be physiological, which can be anything for the patient. So there is no need for the patient to come specifically to give this information to a doctor. By using such tools, we can capture those information. Sitting in US, we can get this data from India, who is living in a remote place. Next. This is fascinating. The very imagination that we can do a clinical trial without a patient, without a drug is quite fascinating. When we design a drug, we know that which receptor is targeted. And we may be developing such drugs for a particular disease. You can get the information of potential participants from the databases. We have huge number of patient databases available, maybe electronic health record, maybe medical records, maybe there are several databases. We run through our screening and we can get about 100, 200, 300 potential participants. And they will have every information of their baseline record. Because there is there in the EEG, baseline pulse, sugar, urea, creatinine, ECG, everything is in there. So you can select a cohort of participants who can virtually participate in this trial. Okay, and we can pull a drug, and then we can make the drug to interact with them, and then get the safety and efficacy data virtually. I mean, you can read this: a new medicinal product can be developed and tested for safety and efficacy in human beings without real human beings and without being manufacturing the drug at all. Everything is flexible, it is possible. The advantage is that with a mixed cost, we can fail in this. Spending hundreds of millions of dollars, getting to know that the drug is a failure at the end of it, in phase 2 or phase 3. Okay. It is the pain for the sponsor, it is the pain for the CRO. So to get some early predictions on the safety and efficacy, people are talking about doing in silico clinical trials or virtual clinical trials. And drug interaction studies are possible in such virtual environments, clinical trial simulations, and imaging device evaluations. Everything is possible in reducing the costs and making us to play in the virtual environment rather than the real clinical trial scenario. Next. Now, these are some of the innovations which are already playing role when we talk about artificial intelligence or machine learning in clinical research or patient retention. Think specifically about where exactly this AI is playing a role. It helps in the study design, recruitment of the patients to our study, selection of the participants, optimizing the doses, treatment adherence, retention of the patients, reducing the dropouts, selection of sites. People are already using it, and of course, in clinical data management, and then safety reporting, case processing, case evaluations, and automated case submissions. Now, this is a scheme which is there existing people who are doing or applying artificial intelligence, how they get the study design. I mean, if I have a drug and then some key parameters, I can get the design out. Even ChatGPT does it. We have a question, we have some problems, we shoot it there, it gives the solution, but that solution may not be apt for us. But these will give a solution which is very smart, which is highly applying cognitive information. It is going to give a solution. Like it has a natural language processing and a knowledge base, automated reasoning, and then machine learning. It keeps learning. We don't program it to learn. It learns on its own and then gives us predictions and evaluations and possible solutions and a protocol summary or sometimes in a full protocol without a need to vet it or correct. Next. The recruitment of participants. How do we recruit? I mean, we simply do advertisements in newspapers or in the internet or some, something we do it in our hospital to get the patients. But what we do is that there is vast amount of data available in the public domain. It's here that there are databases available, clinical trial database, trial announcements, social media database, medical literature, patient registries, cancer patient registries, orphan disease registries, everything is available. Electronic health records. So if we want about 100 patients with hypertension, we can just do a data mining to get about 1,000, 2,000 patients of hypertension. Then we can give equal representation for variables such as gender, race, and ethnicity. We can do equitable inclusion of participants without any bias. This is possible. In future, we see that artificial intelligence will play an increasing role in matching individuals with investigational treatments. Next. Next slide. Now, artificial intelligence, with the data which is there in our clinical trial database, it can do a PK/PD predictions. I mean, we are starting the trial with 100 milligrams, assuming that it does the PK analysis, it does the PD analysis, and then it can optimize the dose. Well, 100 is too much. We have more adverse events. We can go for 75. We can go for 150. Such those optimizations are suggested by artificial intelligence. And when we include patients with liver problems, renal problems, pregnant population, pediatric population, accounting drug-drug interactions and physiological and pathological interactions with the drug effect, we can optimize the dose, which is possible with the application of artificial intelligence. There are automated tools available to predict it. People are already developing or giving their brains to it to develop so that we can use in our routine clinical trial process. Next. Retention of participants. The problem in doing a trial is that we enroll about 100 patients, but then use about 20 or 30. What are the reasons? Why do we lose patients? There are two important reasons why we lose patients. One is the treatment problem. It can be an adverse event. It can be a serious adverse event. It can be a treatment failure. There is no optimal dose that the patient is receiving. and hence the patient is not happy about it, and then he is not reporting to the clinical trial, we are losing the patient. There are problems with the safety and efficacy. But then there are also genuine problems, like the patient is finding to visit you too many times, 5 times, 10 times, 20 times. He's got his own job to do it. So he's losing his precious time. So application of artificial intelligence will help us in retaining the patients effectively and reducing the dropouts. One important aspect is that we use passive data collection to cut down the number of visits. So the patients are happy. They can do their own routine job. Still, they can be part of such clinical trials. For that, they are using tools like maybe chatbots, maybe voice assistants, maybe intelligent search. In this way, we can also capture the adverse events before they become serious. Let us say we are looking at arrhythmia as an adverse event. We are doing a cardiovascular trial, and this drug is producing supraventricular tachycardia. But the trend can be, detected even 1 day prior. We can see the heart rate is slowly increasing. Though it is a sudden and outburst of an arrhythmia, we can see the trend that this patient, the heart rate is increasing. All along it was about 80. Now it is suddenly increasing to 120. We go for arrhythmia. We get a signal. We go to the patient. We do something to reduce the chance of getting into supraventricular. This is a very simple application of AI-based interventions in detecting adverse events, giving treatment, satisfying the patient, and at the same time, we can retain more number of patients in our practice. Patient retention, the role of artificial intelligence. Next, site selection again. You do data mining. You have a huge number of data available for every hospital and how many patients are enrolled in the hospital, what kind of a disease is available predominantly in the particular site. Everything is available in the data. We simply need to, smartly apply our, mind, and that is where the role of artificial intelligence is coming. Big data analytics and algorithms. They used to detect a particular site with good number of patients where the doctors are very sincere. Everything you can detect and you can fix the sites. You can enroll them in your clinical site selection. Next. Now we are moving to data management, clinical data management. It involves, of course, data collection, maybe data processing, then data analysis. So data collection, we have seen it, how AI is going to influence it. We have a lot of tools, digital health tools. With that, we use such devices. It may be a smartphone connected product, or it may be a wearable, or it may be an implantable or digestible, or anything of that sort, with which we can generate objective data, which is quantifiable, longitudinal, and continuous physiological data. Everything we can collect. Once we collect it, we submit it for data cleaning. Next, we do data cleaning. Duplicate data, we can remove missing data, we can remove unrealistic data. If the pulse rate is mentioned 1,000 per minute or 0 per minute, it captures on its own, and then it highlights to us, and it also takes the decision based on the protocol. What it should be done for missing data, for highly variable data, which is not fitting into our data profile. We expect the pulse to be between, let us say, 30 and 200. But if the pulse is 1, what the machine should do? The pulse is 1,000, what the machine should do? These things are inbuilt in such tools so that our job is becoming easy and we need not spend too much of time in data. And this process can be supervised or unsupervised also. And this process can be blinded or unblinded out. Everything is possible. A data which was unblinded, the system can make it blinded out. Doesn't mean that once it is an open trial, we have to keep it open always. Suddenly, at some point in time, you want to mark the treatment from the data, it is possible. Data management. Next. Analysis. We already have software applications for data management. Oracle is there. So very many software applications are available. And we already have softwares for statistics. Everything is connected to one particular platform, and then it does the stats on its own and then provides us the output without any manual intervention or the orders for the machine to start. It does everything. And it helps in silico trials also. Next. And it does the clinical endpoint assessment. Ultimately, the drug efficacy and safety is based on the clinical endpoints. Of course, there are laboratory endpoints available. There are very many endpoints available for us to make the predictions on the safety and efficacy. But clinical endpoint assessment, which may be subjective, which may be objective, or quantifiable or qualitative also, everything can be taken into this environment and then it does analysis and provide the evidence that whether it is safe or effective, that it helps in the assessment of outcomes captured from diverse sources. It can be paper also, it can be electronic data capture also, it can be anything can be taken to this environment and can give us a solution starting from data management to data analysis and then preparation of the report. Next. Safety, maybe I have a couple of slides to further discuss on how we are going to use these tools on artificial intelligence in automated safety reporting. When we talk about safety, we are talking about case report. We're talking about an adverse event. We're talking about a serious adverse event. How do we report it? Right now, we are sitting on 24 hours timelines. The doctor is sitting, getting the information, preparing the report, and then submitting it. Now, these things are automated. We have, AI tools available to do this job. Next, we're talking about individual case safety report. Next. See, we cannot simply accept any case as a case. I mean, if it is a clinical trial, there are some set parameters to consider a case when we talk about safety. Now, we are talking about the safety reporting not just in the clinical trials, but also in any case, even post-marketing phase, we are supposed to report the safety issues. So, we talk about clinical trials. There are adverse events reported in health records. There is something called spontaneous reporting. Phone calls, people can report that I have an adverse event. Emails, literature, registries, insurance claims can have data on safety, adverse event or serious adverse event. So such information can be automatically taken up to this environment in which you have a platform, the tool AI. And they will take it only if it is a valid case. What is a valid case? I mean, we all know it. I mean, there should be a patient who is identified, there is a drug, there is an event, and there is a reporter. If all the four are there, we say that this case can be processed because this is the case which can be reported. Next. And such cases can also be evaluated for its toxicology. Is there anything between the drug and event? We can do it here with artificial intelligence tools. And we can also assess the seriousness, whether it is a serious adverse event or a routine adverse event. We can do the analysis when we do case evaluation. Next. Case submission. There are two ways we submit the cases. One is individual case reports. We prepare a narration, we submit it to the agency, number one. Number two, we also submit the aggregate reports. We summarize about 3 months or 4 months or 5 months data, and then we summarize it and then we submit it in both individual case reporting and aggregate case reporting. We are finding the role of artificial intelligence. Next. Still, there are challenges. Whatever we have been talking about is looking like these things are in reality. But then we need to see that there is high quality data. With the poor data, we apply artificial intelligence and we go. And there is a problem with data privacy and the security concerns. And there are still no clear guidelines on regulatory and ethical aspects. And hence, there is a need that this should be monitored by human beings. This entire thing of application of artificial intelligence at this point in time, it needs a human-led governance and we need its accountability and then transfers. Next. So overall, we see that it helps to ease the process of clinical research. It augments the intellectual and operational aspects of the research, and it has the ability to enhance the efficiency of the clinical trial process. Long way still. We have a long way to move still, but then it is unavoidable. I mean, you see a lot of things are getting applied, and then we need to learn a lot. Then we need to adopt such changes and challenges in our routine clinical trial practice. I have taken most of this information from a US FDA discussion paper that was published I think a couple of years back. And I think I have come to the end of my presentation. I've already got a message that our chief is going to come and hence with this. I really completed it. I got my presentation with this and I thank again the organization, the Shimoti, and the boss of the Department of Pharmacology, Savita. Dr. Tirunavax, I don't think he's there, but then I need to thank him, Dr. Tiru and Dr. Shana, and also my chairpersons, Dr. Kavita and Dr. Puhal, and also all the participants for your patient listening. My special thanks to Dr. When I was a student, I didn't study in Jipmer, but I see them in Tirupati, and this one call I used to attend is workshop, which we conducted as a part of this one. My special thanks to you and gratitude to you, sir, Ravidaran. With this, I think I am concluding my speech, and thank you very much. Thanks, Panada.
Yeah. So I was not sure. On videos. By one thing. No. Disturb. சென்னை தனியா இருக்கு. Yeah. It's coming, but that will not be the projector. Yeah, that's another system. Please, please take this. When you sound it as tempo, camera on.
Very good morning, everyone. So I'm Dr. Abhinaya, Senior Resident in the Department of Pharmacology. So it's my pleasure to invite you all to the scientific fest MPSCON 2024. And coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is a progress, and working together is a success. It's indeed a golden opportunity to each one of us to enrich and enlighten ourselves. These 2 days will be revolving around the theme of innovations in pharmacology, bridging research, industry, and healthcare. So without any further ado, let's flag the session with a prayer song. For this, I'd like to invite Samyukta. Over to you, Samyukta.
சொல்ல சொல்ல இனிக்கு நடக்கும் முருகா. சொல்ல சொல்ல இனிக்கு நடக்கும் முருகா. உள்ளம் உன் ஸ்ரீஹரியே. சொல்ல சொல்ல இனிக்கு முருகா. சொல்ல
And we come to this auspicious event. It's a tradition to begin with the lighting of lamp. It's symbolizing the dispelling of darkness and ushering in knowledge and wisdom. So we are honored to have with us Chancellor Sir Dr. N.M. Vijayan Sir, Vice Principal Sir Dr. Kannan Sir, MS Sir Dr. Ponnamala Ramachivayam Sir, and Dr. Tina Thakur Sir. And I invite all of you to come forward and light the lamp to formally inaugurate today's program. Thank you, our esteemed guests, and your presence has truly brightened our event. And it's an honor to have you to join in the significant ritual, which marks the beginning of our program with hope and positivity. And it's my pleasure to invite our organizing chairman, Dr. Trinavath sir, to address us, whose vision, dedication, and hard work have been instrumental in making this today's event possible. And over to you.
Good morning to one and all. It is with a great pleasure and deep sense of responsibility that I stand before you on behalf of the Department of Pharmacology to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to this prestigious international conference. It's my distinct honor to welcome everyone gathered to MPSCON 2024. First and foremost, I wish to express my immense gratitude and offer a special welcome to our beloved Honorable Chancellor, Dr. N.M. sir. So thank you for the procedure. I welcome our esteemed Co-Chancellor, Dr. Deepak sir, and sir vision and the guidance taking our institution to a new design page, and we are excited to on the journey, sir. We remain ever grateful for your guidance and the encouragement in making this conference a reality. I'm equally delighted to welcome our Vice Chancellor and Pro Vice Chancellor and Registrar Madam and Officer for dedication and available support to have the present also in bringing the incentive on 2024 games successor. A warm welcome extended to our beloved Dean Madam and Vice Principal of the Government Sir and our team of Dr. Academicians for our deeply and I'm very thankful to your continued guidance, sir. I'm thrilled to welcome Medical Pharmacology Society to Savida Medical College. Your collaboration and support have greatly enriched our efforts. We look forward to continue partnership that will bring together a diverse and esteemed group of experts in prospering from the world. To all delegates, both faculty and postgraduates, we have who have traveled from far and near to as for the extend warmest welcome. Your presence here signifies the commitment to knowledge and professional growth. And I'm confident that over the next 2 years, you will gain a lot, really bring insight, but also meaningful connections with the friendship. I also take this opportunity to welcome all my dear colleagues from Savitri College. Your dedication to academic excellence is to encourage you all to stay engaged and immerse yourself in the wealth of knowledge that will be shared in the upcoming scientific sessions, sir. As we embark on this 2 days journey of learning, sharing, and collaboration, I am filled with excitement and anticipation. MPS Control 24 promises to be a platform where ideas will be exchanged and innovation will be sparked, all of the pursuit of advanced in field of medical pharmacology. Once again, welcome one and all for MPS Con. Which will impact on the future of the field. Thank you for being opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir. And as we continue with the today's program, it's time to honor and recognize the invaluable contribution of our Chancellor, Dr. N.M. Veerayan, sir, who have worked tirelessly to ensure the success of our institution and for betterment of budding doctors, demonstrating exceptional leadership, dedication, and commitment. So may I request Dr. Trinavath sir to please come forward and felicitate Chancellor, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now it's my honor to invite our DMS, Dr. Raja, sir, who is instrumental and having visionary leadership. We have achieved a numerous milestones under his leadership. So I'd like to request our organizing secretary, Dr. Shrimurthy, please come forward and facilitate our game, sir. Thank you, sir. It's my privilege to invite our esteemed Vice Principal, Sir Dr. Khan, to the field for a felicitation. Dr. Khan has been an incredible source of inspiration and guidance for all of us students at the Medical College. And I invite our organizing secretary, Dr. Sanat, for felicitation. Thank you, ma'am. Today marks a significant milestone in our conference as we are going to unveil our much anticipated conference proceeding to it deals with various countless hours of research and collaboration and dedication from our participants. So it is titled Crucial Pharmacology Trends, and I invite our esteemed Chancellor Sir, Dr. Viren to the stage to unveil our conference proceeding book.
Zoom.
Thank you so much, sir. It is my great pleasure to invite our president for this conference, MPS conference, Dr. Shivmurthy, sir, and have a few words about what to you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, founders of the organization, and dignitaries of the dais, esteemed guests, colleagues, respected speakers, and dear participants. It is with immense pride and joy that I welcome you to the MPSCON 2024 International Conference. Today marks the beginning of an event that is not only a milestone in the calendar of Medical Pharmacology Society, but also a significant for the field of pharmacology in the world. We are gathered here at Pharmacology and Salvat University, Chennai, to embark on a journey of discovery, innovation, and collaboration. First and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all speakers and participants who have joined and some of them traveled distance. Especially, I would like to mention our international delegates, Mr. Laila Kimona. She came from all the way from different countries. She traveled nearly 3 to 4 come here, and she came one day in advance and messaged me regarding the country. So really, and she's also our esteemed sponsor also. So she's always behind us, supporting us. So like this, we have people coming from all over India and different parts of the world. So I think it's like really important for the people to think I would also like to express my sincere thanks to our organizing partners, senior management and the administrative staff of SciMax, and also Department of Pharmacology, Savita Medical College and SciMax, and our general sponsors who who has supported us and being instrumental in life. As we stand here today, it is important for us to reflect our journey, what we have done all these days. That we brought us so many points together, but we brought so many programs in since last 9 years. We have done many webinars, some spectrum of topics like pharmacology, regulatory affairs, advanced therapy, good clinical practice, pharmacoeconomics, then psychopharmacology, psychiatry, or flow cytometry, clinical trials, and development. Manisha, we also released the book which has reached all of your, you are through your registration kits. So a book on clinical trial management. And we are now embarking on another technique that is releasing the crucial pharmacology trend book, which is again authored by more than 50 people, and also 56 chapters are included in this. So what is our vision for future? So we are doing different, but we are not here to stop here. We are going to have ambitious vision. Yes, it is already relevant to the new teams. And we would like to choose pharmacology. For innovations and excellence, but also have new mark in the quality and scope of pharmacological studies. In addition to this, we aim to launch India's journal. So you have to make this out of the using it properly. And that acts use from to share your research work and showcase in the world platform. And we also aim to have several team also points for of these centers. They will help us to conduct the research in a quality manner and also assess the safety of the products again in a staggered manner so that we ensure that the work what we do is of quality and also safe. And we don't stop here only. We also celebrate. What do we celebrate? We recognize and celebrate the excellence. Okay, so not only as excellence in governance of our society and mission. We have introduced the award. Those who have been outstanding contributions to our field of pharmacology and these includes like for investing senior and young pharmacologists. And we also want to nurture talent by like new speakers like speakers expertise like us. So we have been what is the aim of this conference? Conference is the aim of this conference is to innovations in pharmacology, research, industry, and healthcare. Fine. It reflects the evolving landscape of pharmacology and integrate in the cutting edge research, industry applications, and healthcare practices. So, in this way, this MPS is playing local news and we also embarking on newer journeys like art, development of experience, and goal. So, MPS in the next 2 days So MPSCON2024. We see a lot of donate for this. The pivotal role of our society, which is playing in shaping the future of the pharmacology, pharmacologists, and dedicated to provide structured platform for career development, professional networking, workshops, seminars, and assisting research and innovation support. Our society offers numerous opportunities for growth and development and advancement. We are also committed to from which care and well for policies that benefit our profession. And we have also taken steps having giving our recommendations to Government of India and Drugs and Cosmetic Act when they released a newer version of it. That is the new clinical trial amendment taken 2019. So we have that recommendations that they will come for consider. In addition, when we give recommendations to DNR 2021, all other you that is not the or we immediately take a note of it or also that work for plus it's also okay. The employees all are related to work and our profession and keeping all of this even to government or our society. With this, I would like to conclude my comment saying that thank you so much for joining. Mine has been crossed more than 370 institutions throughout, and our organizing secretary will give more details in the next talk when he is updating. And I would like to say that only thing I would like to say, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity in our this conference and also look forward for doing your contributions with each other. Thank you.
Aggregating the companies organized.
Thank you, sir, for innovating the ideas and its progress. We are upgrading the program. I'd like to introduce our chancellor, sir, from the University. Please share a few words with us. Over to you.
Video இல்லதானே வீடியோ ஜனங்க மட்டும் வாய்
Good morning, sir.
very nice. Very good morning to everyone present here. And we are really happy to welcome you all for this fantastic conference organized by the Pharmacology Department of Sarita Medical College. You all know Sarita Medical College is a fairly young institution. Hardly 2008 to now, it is about 13 years old. But the achievement by Sarita Medical College is so great because the national ranking in agency, Government of India, has ranked Sarita Medical College as third one in Tamil Nadu. First one being the CMC, that is Christian Medical College, Vellore, that is more than 150 years old. And the second one is our famous MMC, it is also more than 150 years old. Third one is Amrita, even though it is the address is in Tamil Nadu, the college is in Kerala only, Kochi. And the next one is our, compared to all these colleges, we are very, very young. But we could achieve this only because of the staff of our college who have worked very hard to bring up this institution to this level. And I am very grateful to all our staffs. And as far as research is concerned, we are number one in the field of research, medical research. And we conduct every year, we encourage the students to do all research work, which is not followed in any other college in India. And every year they display their ability, their research works, and it is viewed by many peer teachers and professors from outside, and they all appreciate very much on the work done by the undergraduate, because nobody believes that an undergraduate can do this much of work. The standard is so high that it is very hard to believe that it is done by an undergraduate student. Therefore, as MPS we are very happy to associate with them to promote research. Research is our breath. We encourage all our students to do research work. And this year alone, our medical college has crossed more than 1,000 publications so far. English literature, 1,000 plus publications by the students and faculty of our college. Therefore, research is our breath. Therefore, we will be very happy to associate with you to do all research work. And we will be happy because this is an institution for the benefit of the student. Only one thing I want to tell, our medical college is not run for any profit or any funds. Everything is thrown back into the college itself. The people who are working with us know when we start, how was it? Now it is how much it has been improved, and what are all the new things, innovative things, and what comfort student needs without even they expect. We provide them all the comforts. That is our main motto. Our aim is to have a best medical college in the country. We are working towards that. I hope within another 2-3 years, we will be reaching that level, I think, by God's grace. Thank you very much. Indeed, you have a very memorable memories, things, this time on your life. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your experience with us. Now I'd like to call upon Shashan to share our
I would request all the participants, the delegates, to stay back. Though we are giving the vote of thanks, but the program will continue as our Chancellor Sir has a very tight schedule. So we are abbreviating the program for his presence. And we are very grateful, sir. So Honorable Chancellor Sir, Pro Chancellor Sir, Dean Madam, Vice Principal Sir, DMS Sir, distinguished guests, respected dignitaries, and dear colleagues. It's my honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks for MPSCON2024. This conference over the next one day, today half day is already over, and tomorrow is going to be, we anticipate it's going to be a resounding success, and it is only fitting that we acknowledge the contributions of all those who have made it. First and foremost, I would like to express our deepest gratitude to the Chancellor Sir and Pro Chancellor Sir. Your unwavering support, vision, and leadership have been instrumental in making this event a reality. We are deeply appreciative of the encouragement and the guidance that you have provided us with, sir, throughout the planning and execution of the conference. And in spite of your very tight schedule, you have graced this occasion. Thank you so much, sir. A heartfelt thank goes to the Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor, Registrar, Dean of Accreditation and International Affairs of Savita Institute of Medical and Technical Sciences, CMAS, for the continued dedication and in fostering academic excellence with for this particular event. Grateful thanks to our beloved Dean Ma'am. She is not here for some professional reason, and the Vice Principal, sir, for continuous motivation and guidance. I would also like to acknowledge the Associate Dean of Planning and Development at CMAX for his strategic input and facilitating the seamless coordination of this event. Your role has been crucial in ensuring that everything comes together as planned. We are grateful very much to the Medical Pharmacologist Society for their collaboration and support. Your partnership has been invaluable in bringing together a diverse and esteemed group of experts and participants from all over the world. As Sir had already mentioned, we had 3 international speakers and many more national from all over India. I would also like to extend my sincere thanks to our HOD, sir, the faculty and members of organizing team of our department, without whom this event would not at all have been possible. I'm extremely grateful for their commitment. A special mention should be made of the chairperson, secretary, members of the scientific committee of MPS, whose expertise and guidance ensured that the content of MPSCON was of the highest caliber. We owe a debt of gratitude to our IT, housekeeping, and logistic security staff worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that all the technical and logistic aspects of the conference was flawless. Thank you very much. Finally, I would like to thank all our distinguished speakers, presenters, and delegates for their invaluable contribution. Your presence and active engagement has made MPSCon 2024 a truly memorable and meaningful experience. As we conclude, I am filled with a sense of pride and accomplishment for what we are going to achieve together. Let us carry forward the knowledge, insights, and connection that we have gained here and continue to advance the field of pharmacology for the betterment of global health. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. So we are now at a very special moment in our program. It's our immense pride and admiration that we recognize an individual who have been extraordinary contribution to the field of pharmacology. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Dr. Ravindran, who will be honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award. This prestigious award fulfills Dr. Ravindran's dedication, relentless pursuit of excellence, and significant impact in the field of pharmacology. Let us give warm round of applause as we invite his wonderful for later to May I invite our esteemed Chancellor, sir, to come forward and facilitate the award. Yes. Okay, sir. Now I request Dr. Ravindran to share his journey with us. The children's government.
Once again, good morning, everyone. What all I wanted to say now about the achievements. Morning, I gave a talk for half an hour. Nothing more to say. Thing I'd like to say is I thank very much. I would like to thank Savida Medical College and as well as the MPS for inviting me or giving me this award. Very happy that I got this award. Thank you very much. So much. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir.
Oh,
Thank you very much. Thank you. Even see observer. I can see. Like, thank you so much for your meeting. I'd like to extend our sincere thanks to our sponsors for this event. IQ training and Medibank, spin-off life sciences and research. I'd like to extend thanks to the first sponsor for this event, IQ training and Medibank. I'd like to call the sponsor, IQ training and Medibank to the stage.
என்ன பண்ணாதா பிளாக் மேஜிக்ல ஆன்ல தான் இருக்கு ஆன்ல தான் இருக்கு இருக்கு கண்டா தான் இருக்கு வீடியோ ஆடியோவா வீடியோ இருக்கு வீடியோ ஆடியோ இருக்கு போயிட்டு வா போயிட்டு
I'd like to call upon the next sponsors, finance, life science and research. Thank you. I'd like to call upon next sponsor, SciMed Scientific University. Instrument is not there. It was a sponsor, Samruddhi Elite Educator. Mr. Raghu. Mr. Raghu. Samruddhi Elite Educator.
கேமரா வீடியோ வேணும் இந்த வீடியோட வந்து இந்த வீடியோ சரி க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிடுவா
Thank you. We like to invite our next sponsor, Medical
அப்படியா சொன்ன Oh, okay, fine. Thank you very much. Very good.
Instead of sincere thanks to our TNMC observer, our sincere thanks to our TNMC observer, Dr. Mohan Raj. Please come to the stage.
But please, audience are only videos. So for that, I have to close it. I have to eliminate because I am not going to PDF section. Close it. How will you close it? I have to. No, you have who is my son? You have who is to speaker of the speaker, no? Speaker of the state. Then only audio will be. Login ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ ವೈಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಮಾತು presentation has to be over. Maybe chance.
Okay. Are you okay with the presentation and everything?
Yeah, we will.
You're all right.
Thank you.
Mobile ಮಾಡೋಣ post ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ why do you want to change this? No, audio ನಾವು ಮುಂಚೆ audio laptop so laptop mount and then keep it here. You can have the clip.
Can I know?
Clear this one. Come on, like how you played last time. So, you know what I'm talking about. Seriously.
Very sound. So signal nation. Thank you.
तव शुभाशिष माने गाता जन गण मन भाग्य पिताता जय हरे जय
Please go to the respective rooms. with the presentation rooms to continue with the presentations. And we'll inform you about the lunch break. Thank you so much.
Lunch break.
The rest of the audience, I request you to try to stay back here. We will inform you about the lunch break.
It's camera.
Feel like presentations, presentations.
You want me to log in? Yes. Next section. Conference. You're doing presentation. Live, that's the we kind of do it live. That's a touch. You have to switch on the voice. How to do that? It would. Same page. No, what is the fiber cost? The hello, one that's the question. Join the post on it. Leave. Don't you do not be